The department said it will be releasing new materials on a rolling basis. Arizona Senator Mark Kelly's case against Secretary of War Pete Hegseth was heard by a federal appeals court in Washington, D.C. Thursday. It involved the video he made with other Democrat lawmakers urging service members to reject illegal orders from the Pentagon. But Kelly told reporters this case was about something else.
They're trying to send a message to other retired veterans and really to all of us. If you say something that the president or this administration does not like, they're going to come after you.
Hegseth called Kelly's comments seditious and pushed for legal action to demote him. That's politics. I'm Wendy Swanson.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
ESPN Asheville. Yeah. WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Live from the Ingalls studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God, the Jets killed him.
And welcome into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. We're heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. Seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to the sportsocracy.com, click the live video link. You can subscribe to the chat. You can super chat throughout the show. Get your thoughts in on the program immediately.
It's a big day.
It is a big day.
We don't do a ton of guests.
Friday.
We don't do a ton of guests because guests, our rule with guests is it has to be somebody that we would think is cool. Like, we don't just, hey, we got Daryl. Daryl wants to talk about the Buffalo Bills. Nope. Has to be cool people.
Yeah.
And today, we have very cool people.
Yes. Well, very cool person.
Very cool person.
Yes. Why did you hesitate?
Well, because he's been people. He was Edge, now he's Adam Copeland.
Well, sure.
He was always Adam Copeland, but now he's...
Right. Adam Copeland, the Rated R superstar, will join us 12:30. We'll take the after the bottom of the hour break. We talked to him earlier today, and we'll play back that interview for you.
He's such a cool guy.
I love Adam so much.
He's one of the coolest celebrities I've ever met.
Yeah, he is. He's just such a personable guy. I was telling the group here that because the interview went really well, and we just kind of chatted it up like we had talked to each other on Tuesday of last week, and everybody was like, "That went really well." I was like, "Look, Adam and Beth." His wife, Beth Phoenix, also a wrestling icon in and of herself.
Beth Copeland now.
Well, yes.
That's her.
Yes.
No, that's her ring name at AEW.
Oh, is she
Beth
back
Copeland.
now? I didn't know she was doing stuff
She's
now.
popped in
and
out on
All right,
AEW.
well, good deal. But
I didn't know that until today. I had seen her, but I didn't know they announced her as Beth Copeland.
But yeah, there was a time where Beth and Edge came up to or Adam came up to the radio station and cut some promos for Eblin Charities to help out the local community, as they love to do in the place that they now live as adults and raising a family. And we spent about 2 hours in the studio just talking wrestling and life and cool. They're the most personable people on the planet. I love them to death. And it was real cool to get to, kind of touch base with him again, because the last time I saw him, or not the last time I saw him in person, but pretty close to, was at the Brad Johnson golf tournament, which ends up, it was about 10 years ago. I didn't realize that much time had passed, but I asked him, like, how old is your oldest daughter now? Because, she was just a toddler when I saw her last. And he was like, oh, she's 12. I was like, oh, well, so I see your life as an adult has gone about as fast as mine. So, sure, okay, it goes that way for all of us. But the Rated R superstar will be joining us at the bottom of this hour, and we'll talk to him all about just, what he's doing, how he continues to do what he does, knowing all of the pain that he's been through in his life is one of the more incredible stories I've ever witnessed. Because the wrestling fans, you may remember, when he had that Monday night ceremony where he'd said goodbye for the first time back in 2006 or something like that. I don't remember the exact year, but because he could barely walk. He had been through so much pain with his neck and his back and all of the things, and thankfully he's able to been able to have a good second career here in the same career that he had a great one in the first run. So, I mean, we touched base with him and talked about AEW Dynamite coming up on Wednesday.
We're still trying to figure out who should we dress as for this.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think we've settled on Brother Love for me.
And the $1 Million Man for me. Although there was another alternative that I kind of liked, and Adam does lay that out in the interview.
Yes. All right. So we'll play that for you coming up at the bottom of the hour. It is another Two-a-Days here in the Sportsocracy as we look at the off seasons of each and every NFL team. Our Two-a-Days today will feature
the Denver Broncos
and the Carolina Panthers. We also, Jeremy, have a little bit of news to discuss.
Well, I mean, we knew something was up because we still didn't have an answer on, hey, where's the schedule?
Well, now reports are that the schedule will come out next week. We still don't know if it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday of next week. But the rumor is, reportedly, sources have not confirmed, that the schedule will be released late next week sometime. Now, the reasons, or the reason being reported for the delay is apparently in the NFL Network ESPN merger, ESPN had to give up some rights to some of the biggest games that they had rights to. So they lost. It's reported between 4 and 5. One source says 4. One report I read said 5. But it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 games that ESPN had to surrender the rights to in the NFL Network acquisition deal. So they've been holding off on this because they can't figure out, or they can't negotiate, or haven't yet, who gets those games. Being reported by The Athletic is that one of those games was the opening week game, that Thursday / early morning on Friday game out in Australia between the Rams and the 49ers. That is going to Netflix, according to The Athletic.
Yay.
So we know one of them, but apparently that's what's been holding all of this up. None of the they're waiting on Patrick Mahomes. Which I always thought was one of the dumbest things that I had heard. I'm just spitballing here, but I'm going to say that one quarterback who's probably going to be ready for the start of the year anyway is holding up the whole process. That never made any sense.
No.
But this makes a lot of sense. Trying to figure out who gets what game, I get that one. It's the world that we live in. So the games that ESPN lost are going to be spread out between the different streamers, whether it be Amazon Prime, obviously Netflix with that opening week game between the 49ers and the Rams, and who's the other one I'm missing? There's another streamer in there. Peacock, I guess, is the other one. But that's what's holding the process up. Hopefully we will be able to bring you a schedule release special late next week where we get to do all the fun prognostications and breakdown of who's going where, who gets the worst end of the stick as far as travel goes, which, I mean, it always seems to end up being the Seattle Seahawks. It's more the 2, 3, and 4 that I'm more interested in because I think Cincinnati ended up somehow one year as like the third most traveled team with all of the road games that they had on their schedule, and that was one of the biggest anomalies to me was how does a team that's in the middle of the country have that many miles to go?
Yeah, last year it made plenty of sense. The Chargers were 1.
Yeah.
The Rams were 2. The Seahawks, Jaguars, 49ers.
Yeah.
Those are all on the outside.
That's how that should be.
Get that one fully. You're in the middle of the country. How exactly did you end up? I mean, and I get it. Cincinnati's it's on the East Coast, but it's in the Eastern time zone.
Right.
So it's not necessarily in the middle of the country.
No,
it's also
but
not on the coast.
But it's like right in the heart of all of the other teams, right? And think about they only one of their trips that they get to make every year is only, 100 miles away? How far is it from Cleveland to Cincinnati?
It's not.
It's not that far.
I don't think
it's probably.
I don't think it's quite that.
You don't think it's
250 miles?
That's what I was thinking.
250.
Yeah.
As the crow flies, it's probably 200.
Well, there you go.
I mean, now Indianapolis is closer than Cleveland is.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Indianapolis is like an hour away.
Right. So anyway, we'll go through all of the schedule stuff as it comes out. Two-a-Days, Denver Broncos and the Carolina Panthers on the way, plus Adam Copeland, the Rated R superstar who's coming to town with AEW Dynamite next Wednesday at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. You can get your tickets online, or you can just keep listening to this here program. We're going to have a couple of chances for you to win family 4-packs later on in the show. Go ahead and mark down the phone number, 225-4988, 225-4988. And just listen for me to say once again, give me a call. But don't do it now. Just wait for the cue to call later on in the show. All right. So the NFL schedule thing coming out next week. Unfortunately, one of the headlines for today is that the 2026 campaign for Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is officially not going to happen. He will miss a second straight season with his neck injury, and I hate this for the kid because I believed so much in JOK when he was coming out, and the fact that he has had such bad luck with injuries that it looks like it could be done. His career could be over, and that's unfortunate.
I mean, and you got to remember there were health things with him coming into the league.
There were.
So he was great.
It was like a heart issue, right?
He had a heart. He had a knee. I want to say there was something else. He was a huge medical red flag. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that's why we spend so much time talking about these things leading into the draft. Obviously, this was a different injury, but it is very unfortunate. I would say he is one of the most unique players that I've ever graded over the years. Yeah. As we are preparing for some new podcasty things, and one of the ways that we're going to kick those off is we're going to do some top 10 lists, and the most unique player that you've ever graded was one of the ones that we were just talking about. We had 2 in this class. But JOK was really high on my list of I don't ever remember a guy that did so many things well. He was basically a slot corner and a really good one that could play linebacker as well. And he was built like a linebacker. He's an undersized one, but he was he had a fantastic career ahead of him. Yeah. And it is very unfortunate that we're
and the thing is we only got to see it for one season. Right? That really 2023 season that he had was, man, this is the breakout. This is what we've been waiting for. And then, unfortunately, the injury happened in 2004. He missed all of last year. And now the report coming out of the Browns facility is that he will officially be out for the entire 2026 season as well.
So we have 2 stories to get to before Adam Copeland.
Okay.
One of them I don't think requires that much discussion. Mm-hmm. The Seattle Seahawks are not quite getting the interest that you would think in buying that franchise.
Okay.
Duh. Is that surprising to you?
Not really. I mean, what was the expectation?
$10 billion.
No way.
Why?
Well, first off,
this is not hard to figure out.
First off, you're not a brand. Second off,
well, you are. I don't agree with that at
all. I mean, you're not that big of a brand to me. Like the Lakers sold for $10 billion.
Yeah, but that's an NBA team. It doesn't. This is different. I mean, look, a team that has won Super Bowl championships the way that Seattle has, the price is not. I don't think that's off-putting. I really don't.
I do. And I also feel like the location is off-putting.
There it is.
It costs way more. As I just said, every time you travel, you got the biggest travel bill in the league.
You still haven't said the biggest part.
Taxes.
Still haven't said the biggest part.
What?
Who the hell wants to buy a $10 billion business in that city? Your mayor literally doesn't understand how math works. I mean, this should not be surprising to anyone. Seattle is a tough sell, to the point Starbucks moved out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not surprised. Mm-hmm. The source inside the NFL said it's not getting the same interest that Washington or Denver did. No kidding. Oh, you don't say. Washington, one of the most popular franchises in the league. The Denver Broncos, who are in a very friendly-to-business city. Mm-hmm. Travel is cut way down from what you said. And the Broncos are a brand as well. But see, to me, Seattle and Denver, those brands are very similar. In terms of the pantheon of the NFL, I would say Denver and Seattle are on top of each other. Okay. If you weren't in Seattle, it wouldn't be a problem.
Each have 2 Super Bowl trophies. Yeah.
No, the Broncos have 3.
Oh, that's right. I was discounting the latest one
Payton
that they picked up against the Carolina Panthers. Yeah.
Do you know how this goes, right?
What do you mean?
How the sale of the Seattle Seahawks. You know how this is eventually going to go, right?
How?
Ballmer, the owner of the Clippers, that's who ultimately buys this team. I'll bet you anything you want.
Okay.
There's only so many people that have a West Coast footprint that are going to be okay with Seattle that have the money to do this, because you're not going to have investors lined up the same way you did with Denver, the same way you did with Washington. You're not going to have power brokers that are trying to get involved in Seattle because it's so far away. If you're an East Coast guy, Seattle's a 5-hour plane trip just to get there. Mm-hmm. Then you get into the whole ball of wax of what happens when you get there. It's going to be Steve Ballmer. Mm-hmm. I am 100% sure of that.
Okay. All right. Could be.
He's also the only person I've heard so far that's expressed out loud interest, which helps.
I wish I could read the tea leaves and figure out where this is going to go, because I see a great opportunity here for somebody who wants to not only get in bed with the NFL, but also the NBA, because they're going to get a franchise soon as well. And I'd definitely be adding that to my list of things that I'm like. If I'm considering buying the Seahawks, I'm gonna start looking. I'm gonna start working the phones. I'm gonna start looking for properties.
I think that's already. I think you've already missed this.
Has that already been claimed?
Oh, I mean, we know that the conversations have already been had with LeBron James for Vegas. Yeah. He will be one of the owners of the Vegas team. And it's going to be Vegas and Seattle that come in together. I struggle to believe that Seattle doesn't already have an ownership group.
They probably do. They probably have a group that is at least interested.
You know who that won't involve? Steve Ballmer.
Steve Ballmer will definitely not be Steve Ballmer. That's why I said I think there's an opportunity here for somebody else to get a piece of the pie.
You also got to remember that's a lot of cash.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot of cash.
Oh, yeah.
Because buying an NFL team, it's not just, hey, can you get to our number? You have to be able to prove you can sustain operating costs. I think for 5 full years, Steve Bisciotti struggled to do that. Mm-hmm. A couple other owners have struggled to do that. The Waltons did not.
I just don't know who has that kind of money.
There's not many of them.
Right.
We're to the point NFL teams almost have to be consortiums. You'll have a governor that's the head of it, just like Washington.
Right.
Washington has like 25 owners.
Unless Jeff Bezos wants to get in on it. But I think he already left Seattle once, didn't he?
Yeah, he's left Seattle permanently.
Right.
He's in L.A.
Right.
It's always blown my mind that Jeff Bezos doesn't own an NFL team. Like every time one comes up, how is he not in this?
Well, remember, it was rumored that he was, and then backed off at the last minute. It was the Commanders deal. Bezos was in on the Commanders and apparently got outbid by what's his name?
Josh Harris.
Josh Harris, thank you. I kept wanting to say Adam Peters, and I knew that wasn't
friend of the program, Josh Harris.
I knew Adam Peters was wrong because he's the GM. I could not remember Josh Harris's name.
Well, I can say, as somebody that works closely with that team at times, I'm kind of glad because I really like Josh Harris.
As you should. So Seattle's not getting they don't have the fire that they wanted in the bidding process.
I mean, you're going to be it will be the richest sale ever, and you're just going into a city that's not super business friendly. I'm not shocked by this.
No,
not shocked in the least. It has nothing to do with the franchise. It has nothing to do with the fan base. This is one of the few things in sports. Mm-hmm. It's political whether you want it to be or not.
Jeremy's team is getting a new quarterback. Apparently, we'll talk about that when we come back from the break.
I don't actually know this story, and I don't like where this is headed.
Here on ESPN Asheville.
Champions don't disappear. They reload. And the 2026 Atlanta Braves are ready. Chopping toward another playoff run. The Mountains home for Braves baseball, ESPN Asheville. Brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville.
Join Asheville Symphony for the Masterworks series finale, Masterworks 7, Unbroken, featuring a newly commissioned work by Karina Ingram, Mozart's sophisticated and elegant 23rd Piano Concerto, and Shostakovich's striking 10th Symphony, which emerges from darkness into triumph. 2 shows on Saturday, May 16th at 2 and 8 p.m. at the First Baptist Church of Asheville. Tickets are available online at ashevillesymphony.org.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. Yep, that's me, Clifford Taylor IV. And on my new podcast, The Clifford Show, I'm bringing you raw, unfiltered conversations with your favorite athletes, creators, and media personalities. Each week, we'll talk about sports, life, mental health, purpose, and even music. The Clifford Show is not just a conversation, it's a celebration.
Search The Clifford Show on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, deposit. That's deposit. Enter it now.
Log on to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Voters are listening to the radio, tons of them. If you're running for office, radio is where people are actually tuned in, not swiping past ads. Connect with communities everywhere and get on the air in just 48 hours. Visit winwithiheart.com. That's winwithiheart.com.
Over 50,000 police officers are assaulted on the job each year, leading to injuries and death. This is the reality they deal with when making contact with the public. Another reality is that if someone doesn't comply with a lawful order or uses force against them, police may have to use sufficient force in response to obtain compliance. Use of force is always ugly. Nobody likes it, especially police, and nobody knows how it will turn out. Spread the word. For de-escalation to work, both parties must de-escalate. And de-escalation isn't necessary if there is no escalation. Help police by not escalating. Don't attack or try to disarm an officer, whether it's getting asked a question, getting a citation, or getting arrested. Don't argue, don't resist, don't flee. After the encounter has been resolved is the time to address any complaints. Comply now, complain later. Keep everybody safe. This message brought to you by the National Police Association. To learn more about how to help law enforcement accomplish its goals, visit nationalpolice.org.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets, just like in the car. You're our #1. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the Mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingles story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingles is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingles and find a lot of the flavors that we have available, and they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
The Sportsocracy.
Hello, everybody. This is good old JR Jim Ross, WWE Hall of Famer. Boy, these boys are smart. You talk about Goofy and the Pet Coon. Let me tell you something. This show is a legitimate slobber knocker.
That's not the only Hall of Famer's voice you're going to hear in this hour on the Sportsocracy. We've got the rated R superstar Adam Copeland coming up after the bottom of the hour break. AEW Dynamite coming to the Harrah's Cherokee Center, Asheville, next Wednesday. Tickets still available, and we'll have family 4-packs of tickets to give away. I got 2 more of them to go out today, so keep listening for your chance to win, and you too could be there to see the rated R superstar and Christian Cage involved in a 10-man tag match, and on the other side, the guys who just beat Cage and Cope. I had a nice little chat about that with Edge earlier today, or with Adam earlier today.
He has a real good line about that, too.
Sure.
I'm real fond of it.
But the AEW Tag Team Champions, FTR, will be on the other side in the 10-man tag match on Wednesday night. And speaking of Dax and Cash, they will be in studio with us on Tuesday of next week. They'll be here right at the top of the program at noon on Tuesday, so be sure to tune in for that. Can't wait to. I've never met them. I've never met them, never talked to them. I'm really excited about it. I'm really, really excited to play for them. What Adam said about them today, and you're going to hear that coming up after the bottom of the hour break here. Jeremy, your team could be getting a new quarterback, and it's Russell Wilson. It wasn't nobody's secret. We've heard this before. He came to the Jets facility, did some visits and all of the things, but he is now talking about whether or not he wants to play football for another year or whether he wants to go do TV. And my message to Russell is follow your heart. Go do TV. Just listen to what your body's telling you. You're done.
Or go play for the Jets.
No.
Because, and I'm sure somebody's going to go, but Jeremy, you're right, I'm not. Is his name Cade Klubnik?
No.
Then I prefer that to Cade Klubnik.
Could y'all please just keep Cade Klubnik off the field?
If it's Cade Klubnik or Russell Wilson, I didn't have to think about that all that much. It could be Cade Klubnik or Adam Copeland. I wouldn't have to think about that all that much. Really, any person with 2 hands, 2 arms, and 2 foots, I would take over Cade Klubnik. And Geno Smith specifically asked for Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
That's the guy I want in the room. Okay, then let's do that. Whatever makes this year the most palatable for the Jets, I'm in. I'm in because I want to develop all these young guys. That's all I care about. When we did the Jets Two-a-Day the other day, that's what we said. The win here is not winning too many games, not winning too few games, because you don't want to be 2-15.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the culture of you got to start getting the culture of losing out at some point. But also to develop all these players. You're not developing Omar Cooper with Cade Klubnik. You're just not going to do it. It's not going to happen.
Wilson has been in talks with a couple of networks, apparently. I think the one that you said. I think the one you said earlier was what, CBS? That he had a discussion with them at some point.
That was the rumor in New York. I don't know that to be true.
Yes.
Also,
CBS was the one that he was one of the first ones he met with. He said networks in his interview with the New York Post, so I'm guessing maybe NBC's in on him or ABC. Who knows?
Well, we also had one of those uncomfortable, because I'm doing the Jets and the Commanders on my Greenville show Monday, so I've talked to a couple people around the Jets. Tank said what he said, and I went, oh, bother. I don't think I was supposed to know that, but I did, and I almost said stupid things on the Rage Box, so I'm real glad I didn't.
Good for you. Good for you.
But we have another story around the NFL.
All right.
Juwan Johnson headed to the Minnesota Vikings.
You mean Juwan Jennings?
Juwan Jennings.
Yeah, you did the tank thing.
I did the you thing. Juwan Jennings.
Juwan Jennings going to the Vikings. I mean, this solves the Jalen Naylor problem for sure.
I will say this. If you had told me coming into this year that Juwan Jennings was going to play for $13 million.
Yeah.
And Jalen Naylor was going to get a 3-year, $35 million deal. I would have said, you smoked crimes. I love this move for Minnesota.
Absolutely.
I mean, because now you've got Jennings, Jefferson, and Jordan Addison.
Yep.
You got a lot of J's in that offense, by the way. Jay McCarthy.
Yeah, we're actually going to make Jordan Addison change his last name because they can all be JJ.
Because now he has to be Jordan Jaddison. What? 4 JJs.
Yeah.
You know who they could be? You know who they could be repped by? The original Double J.
Oh,
Jeff Jarrett.
Jeff Jarrett.
JEFF JARRE.
Could be. You never know.
I think it's a great move for the offense. The problem is I don't think it's going to change anything. Okay, so now you've got all these pieces, and I like that. You still have a very short quarterback that doesn't particularly throw across the middle all that well. So I like what Minnesota did here, but do you have a quarterback that can do anything with it?
Mm-hmm. But Juwan Jennings, he's a bigger guy, right? Isn't he like 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in that neighborhood?
Up there somewhere. He's also a really good blocker.
So, I mean, Justin's pretty tall as well. So, at least we're giving him big targets to get to.
Well, you know how I feel about outside receivers and an ability to block.
Mm-hmm.
Juwan Jennings, 6'3".
6'3". Yeah. Got some height.
Am I the only one that's shocked that was the market for him? I would have thought there would be a higher market for him.
It's about in the right market. Because I thought 15 to 18 was probably more
on a
his
one-year
market.
deal.
I thought he'd get a multi-year deal, but I guess I'm not too shocked because there are still options out there.
Juwan Jennings makes less per year than Khalil Shakir,
which is gross. He should be earning
Parnell
more.
Tate makes just who's never played a down in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Makes just a fraction under what Juwan Jennings makes.
Yeah.
Rashad Bateman is right there. Darius Slayton.
I only have to look to the top of the list and go, how much money does Pierce make? Because
28.5.
Yeah.
He is the first one. I will say, when you look at receiver salaries, Alec Pierce is the first one you go, really? It takes a long time before you do that again.
Oh, yeah. Why did you give him that money? I will never understand. And I'll say the same thing I usually say when I say things like that. I hope he proves me wrong, but I don't think Colts fans, you're going to be happy with spending $30 million a year on Alec Pierce. You tell me right now that I could have Juwan Jennings for 13 or Pierce for 13.
Oh, I'll be honest with you. I don't think there's a huge difference between Juwan Jennings and Alec Pierce.
No, I'm saying at the same price, who are you taking? Because I think I'm taking Jennings.
Injury history, I'd probably take the upside of Pierce, but it would be very close.
Which is disgusting because one of them makes $30 million.
Yeah, one of them makes double and is locked up for years. Juwan Jennings was a one-year flyer. Yeah. I think it's a great move by Minnesota. Just what does it do with I think Minnesota's one of the most interesting teams in the league.
Yep.
And their two-a-day will be next week.
All right, coming up after the break, we will play back our interview for you from earlier today when we talked to the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland, who's coming to town with AEW on Wednesday. We'll be right back.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
No complaints here for a Friday. Not only is it Friday, but the weather is great. Saturday looks good. Mother's Day, not bad. I'd give it a B, maybe a B+. Today an A, tomorrow an A. Low 70s today, upper 70s tomorrow, mostly sunny. Might see some clouds at times. And then by Sunday, maybe an isolated late storm. So most of Sunday, actually not bad, 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
Summit Racing has the parts, tools, and accessories to keep your ride summer road trip ready. You'll find everything for pre-trip maintenance and essentials like emergency roadside kits. Shop summitracing.com and enroll in the rewards program to get more power in every purchase.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app, it's more powerful than it looks. One tap can get you in the conversation.
You guys, are you serious?
Enter to win something amazing.
That $1,000.
Or just a request.
What up?
Try it now. Just open the free iHeart Radio app.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we're Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo! Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. Heard everywhere you go on the iHeart Radio app and seen everywhere on YouTube. Joining us now on the program, it is the rated R superstar, the one, the only, wrestling icon, Adam Copeland, joining us. Man, it is great to catch up with you again. Been out there on the road and coming back home for a little bit, huh?
Yeah. It's always like you dog ear these ones on the calendar when you see them because it's like, wait, I can sleep in my own bed. That's massive in our industry. You know, when you get a night where you can work and still end up in your own bed, that's a win.
Yeah.
And you know, and then for us too, it's great to just get out in our community and kind of bring shows to our community, you know, and look out in the crowd and see my buddies, you know, and to see you know, some of my kids' friends in the audience, you know, it's really, really fun because they know me as Lyric and Ruby's dad, right? In Walker pickup line. But then there I am out there in spandex, and you can just see like their little eyes going, wait, hold on, that's Lyric and Ruby's dad. You know, that's really fun.
Absolutely, it is. It's fun for us to get to see some big time wrestling action here at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. Coming up on Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite is back in town, and now Cage and Cope. How do you let Christian get the first billing on that?
So, well, here's the thing, because I'm comfortable in where I am, and he might not be.
Okay. That's a great answer.
That's
good answer.
You know what?
Survey says.
From now on, when they say Tank Spencer and Jeremy Green, that's exactly what I'm going to say too. I'm very comfortable with who I am.
It just got to, you know, grease the wheels on some egos, and then we're good. I know what I am.
Sure. I dig it. So now, first,
it was really fun. Just that we turned that into a storyline point.
Yeah.
Like, he would refuse to team with me unless we did that,
Yeah.
which is just fun. We're getting to be Statler and Waldorf from the Muppets, and I mean, it really is so true to our actual relationship.
Right.
Which is why it's working, because I think you watch and go, look at those two idiots. Like, that's how they interact, in the airport or sitting around watching a hockey game. And it really is.
Right. Well, I mean, and it also kind of, it leans away from the high intensity of the young rated R superstar, world champion. Now you've already retired once. You've done the podcast thing, which I mean, I used to love watching that show with you and Christian just talking about dumb stuff. It's a lot like this show, really. Just two buddies sitting down talking stuff. It's just you guys are way better at what you do than we are.
No, we just went back to what we do better.
Yeah.
Which is wear spandex, apparently. But
leaning into that natural friendship's really cool.
Yeah, and one thing we wanted to do in teaming again was to make it different. Like, we didn't want to just come back and do like the greatest hits thing and have, painted in black beards and trying to hold on to this thing. Right? Because if we come out and start calling people dark chops and Eureka Painosity and the stuff that we did in like the early 2000s, we wanted to make sure that if we do this thing, we recreate this thing. And that has been really fun. That has kept it interesting and kept it creatively, intriguing, because we're doing a different version of what it is that him and I are. And it hasn't been seen before. And it makes sure that we don't just kind of go out there as the two old guys trying to hang on to something that we were. We're doing something different. And that I really, really enjoy.
And still doing great work out there in the ring. And to be able to do that still at your age and at your body's advanced age, because it's well known what you've been through with all of the surgeries and stuff. How do you find that drive still to put your body further at risk?
Well, I think a lot of it is just the trying to find ways to still make sure that it lights you up. And as that is, for instance, just tackling this thing that on paper you go, yeah, just go back to doing what you're doing because it really worked the first time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know if it would a second time. So let's put on our thinking caps here and our creative and our writing caps and figure this out. And I think those are the things that still light me up, is still trying to create compelling characters and stories and more so necessarily maybe than just the moves and the matches. Those are great, but to me it's about creating some fun stories and helping flesh out characters, and then there's also the aspect too of like helping out younger talent that you see have something but they still haven't quite figured it out, and they have to figure it out on their own, but just giving them maybe some tips here and there of things that you've experienced that may help them. That I think for me, more than anything, are the things that I find the enjoyment in now.
How does that look? So you being with the illustrious career you've had, you at one time were the young guy, like say a Darby Allin, and now you get to be in that role. How does that change your day to day?
I mean, I probably have more texts and phone calls now, and it can be, like guys sending me promos or somebody's gone through a neck surgery and they know they can reach out to me because I've been through it. You almost become like a sounding board or a guidance counselor in a way, for lack of a better term, because you've been through it, or chances are you've brushed up against it. And I think every talent should have that outlet and that person, and I had veterans over the years, help me out and give me guidance and give me tips. And that was never lost on me. I always knew what they were doing and appreciated it. And I even as a younger guy, let's say when Hogan came back to wrestle The Rock, there was a lot of talent on the roster that were like, oh man, he's going to take our spot. And I was like, oh, hold on a second. Hogan ain't taking your spot. Okay. He's in a different spot entirely.
Right.
So he ain't taking it. And if you're smart, him being on the show is going to get more eyeballs on you if you can get your butt on the show. So, and if you can't, then that's on you. And that's how I always looked at that. Like I remember thinking then, if I don't get in the show, it's my fault, but I'll make sure I am next year. But I would pick their brains. Like, what did you do? What choices did you make? Why did you do this? Like all of the stuff that I could see on screen, I would talk to them about, and just try and again, pick brains. And if they've been there, why wouldn't I? I've often had talent say, well, what do you usually do when you're trying to create a storyline? I was like, well, I read a lot. Why wouldn't I read professional storytellers and get them to teach me how to tell a story? Sure, what the stories we tell are visual, but the same concepts. So I think more than anything, it's just kind of being there for talent to like be a resource if they need it.
When you were younger, who was that guy for you? Like a name that you leaned on that maybe we wouldn't expect?
Bret Hart a lot over the years, and especially in the beginning, because he really, really helped crack doors for me. And at the time, he was the world champion. So when you get that kind of person that sees something in you, that's massive. I mean, it's just massive. And for whatever reason, over the years, a lot of veterans, I think, saw the hunger and realized that their time wouldn't be wasted on me. So Michael Hayes, it's just so many people over the years, and people you wouldn't necessarily think of: Bad News Brown, Jerry Morrow, Jim Ross. There's just so many different talent that aren't even necessarily on screen that have helped me throughout the years. Just picking Vince McMahon's brain for 20 some odd years and just seeing how he created this thing. That's fascinating. There's so many people over the years that I've just tried to sit down and soak in their knowledge.
We've talked about before your first love of wrestling, or like when that moment clicked for you was at WrestleMania with the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior match. You were in the crowd. And what was that day like for you when we got that hard news back in January?
Oh man, that is very interesting over the years to become friends with a guy that was the reason you did the thing that you do for the rest of your life. He was the guy for me. I saw him, and it sparked something inside a kid in Southern Ontario without any inroads into pro wrestling whatsoever. He was the impetus that got me going, and I know that sounds crazy because you think, oh, okay, well, it's just wrestling and da-da-da. But seriously, like seeing him lit something up in me that changed the entire trajectory of my life. That's why when I hear musicians say this chord inspired them or that song inspired them, and I get it, man, because it was a Hulk Hogan promo, and I just saw that fire in his eyes. And I don't necessarily know entirely what this is, but it's awesome. Mm-hmm. And I can read comic books all day, but I can't go shake hands with Thor. There's a possibility that I could smack hands with Hulk Hogan as he's on his way to the ring to wrestle Kamala in a steel cage at Maple Leaf Gardens. I'll never not appreciate what he unwittingly gave me. Mm-hmm. And then to be able to tell him that, and become a peer, become tag team champions with him. I mean, man, I had a lot of really, really great times with him and a lot of great experiences. And yeah, man, he always treated me great. And we had a lot of fun together. So it's a weird age, right? When, I'm 52 now, and you're coming to grips with mortality, and suddenly your heroes from your childhood are passing away, and it's a strange time, but there's an appreciation too, and also why, like, if I see the AC/DC still touring, yeah, good for them. Hell yeah, I'll go see AC/DC. Sure, it might not be exactly the same, whatever, So it definitely that one was a gut punch.
Yeah. Is there a clock for you on how much longer you want to keep doing this?
Not an official clock, but it's winding down.
Yeah. Oh, sure.
I mean, it's definitely winding down.
Right. But like, could you see yourself in the role of like Paul and WWE, like, and becoming the guy and the head guy and running an organization and all of that?
I don't think so. I don't think I would want to be that heavily involved if I couldn't still do it as well. Although who knows? I really feel like in coming back after my forced retirement and getting this last 6 years back really kind of helped me get the stuff out of the basement that I didn't get out the first time because I didn't know my retirement was coming, So this time I have that knowledge, and maybe that because of that, it'll be different. And because, I'm not being forced to retire at 37 now, it's like I'll be 53 or maybe just touching 54 by the time I retire. So there's a reality with that. It's like, okay, well, this just ain't possible at a certain point, it's a really hard job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Around it.
Yeah. You've done a whole lot in your career, from being, tag team champion, world champion, not just in the ring, but outside the ring, being in TV and movies and, the latest with the Percy Jackson and the Olympians and all of that. I mean, you got a lot of options, my friend, but I got mad respect for you for getting out there and still doing the thing that drives you.
Yeah, it was my first love. It was the thing that I fell in love with. It was the thing I wanted to do as a kid. I got lucky. I know how lucky I am to have found the thing that I was going to do, and I found it so early. And so it's just been fun. More than anything, it's the entirety of the career has just been fun, and even the surgeries and the long drives, all the perceived setbacks or anything like that. You learn from them, and I sit here at the end of what is a pretty long career now, and it's just been fun. Yeah. And I know so many people who can't say that about what their lives or their jobs have been. And so I don't look past it. I understand, kind of what a gift I've been given by getting to do this for a living.
All right, Adam Copeland joining us in the Sportsocracy. I know you probably got to run. We've probably eaten up too much of your time already, but we really appreciate it. It's always great to catch up with you. On Tuesday, Dax and Cash, the AEW Tag Team Champions. I'm sorry if that's a little sore for you. I know you may still be a little sore from that. But they're going to be in studio with us on Tuesday at noon. So I want to give you the opportunity, and we'll play it back for them while they're here. Send them a message.
Let's see. This all started because they were, I guess, jealous of the large shadow that I cast over them. And to which I say, guys, it could always be worse. You could still be shaving each other's backs.
Let's go.
You got to be a wrestling fan to understand it, but trust me.
Let's go.
Absolutely brilliant. We can't wait. AEW Dynamite Wednesday night.
I feel like we do have to ask the legend one question. So we will be there.
Oh, nice.
We have decided we are coming as two characters.
Okay.
There have been a lot of things opined. Tank he's roughly 5'10". I'm about 6'5". Very large. I look like Luke Combs. Tank kind of looks like Bruce Pritchard.
Okay. Okay.
I believe the correct answer is me as the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, and Tank as Brother Love. He has really fought this.
So, as soon as you said Bruce Pritchard, I was like, well, then you got to go as Brother Love and the Undertaker.
No doubt. Oh, Undertaker.
Oh, that's even better.
There you go.
That would mean I have to shave my beard, which I'm very attached to, but I would do it.
Nobody needs to shave beards, trust me. I went as Ace Frehley this year for Halloween. I kept the beard. So, let's see.
First off, did you get a tip from Sting on how to make the beard completely white? Because that is, I mean, Santa Claus doesn't have a beard that white.
Dude, like I see him now, and it's like this majestic silver, like unicorn just riding into the arena, like just hair flowing, white, like Gandalf.
He does kind of look like that.
Oh, if mine will turn that white, I'll sign up for it right now.
Right.
Yeah. Which is definitely
Mine's getting there now.
It's definitely one of those age checks for me, because the first time I saw Sting in the Asheville Civic Center back in probably 1988, he had the blonde flat top and the orange and blue face paint, the scorpion death. I mean that I was a little stinger. I was. I'm not afraid to admit it.
We all were.
All right, man. We appreciate it. We'll let you go for real. Adam Copeland, thank you, man. It's always a great time.
Thanks, guys. See you Wednesday.
Absolutely. Wednesday night, AEW Dynamite at Harrah's Cherokee Center, Asheville. Get your tickets now.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
No complaints here for a Friday. Not only is it Friday, but the weather is great. Saturday looks good. Mother's Day, not bad. I'd give it a B, maybe a B+. Today an A, tomorrow an A. Low 70s today, upper 70s tomorrow, mostly sunny. Might see some clouds at times. And then by Sunday, maybe an isolated late storm. So most of Sunday, actually not bad, 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik.
This report is sponsored by Stand Up to Cancer.
Joe Buck and John Smoltz welcoming you back to the City Center Convenience Mart. Uh-oh. She's looking at the cigarettes, but she just grabs the gum off the counter. Stand Up to Cancer and Rally want you to reduce your risk for cancer. Go to takeahealthystand.org.
Spring cleaning meets hosting season with Zero Res. Get carpets cleaned for just $35 per room, and stairs are now only $35 too. Plus, take $50 off air duct cleaning. Book now at ZeroResAsheville.com and get guest ready today.
Sponsored by BetMGM. Own your moment. Make it legendary. Download the BetMGM app today. Must be 21 years of age or older to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Offers vary by user and location. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
$3,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for buying gas. Earn cash back with Upside just by filling up your tank. Download Upside now and start earning easy cash back. The more you use Upside, the more you get. Use promo code LIST to get an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's promo code LIST for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
It's bow time. You've had a sausage biscuit before, but have you had the smoked sausage biscuit from Bojangles? Slow-cooked smoked sausage is grilled and served on a made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit. Another Bojangles biscuit that doesn't disappoint. Get 2 for $5 today. It's bow time.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingalls story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingalls is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingalls and find a lot of the flavors that we have available, and they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
ESPN Asheville. Yeah. WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. The Sportsocracy.
It fires me up, man.
I love it. Say it one more time.
The Sportsocracy.
Shake it back!
Beer City's best sports talk.
It is gross.
Just earlier.
They are mature, actually. You just have to get to know them better.
Your lunchtime dose of dumbassery. Live from the Ingalls studio.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville. We're heard everywhere on the iHeart Radio app, and you can watch us everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click the live video link, subscribe to the channel. That way you can join us in the chats. You can always get those alerts as well whenever we go live with content or whenever, short little clips come out and things like that. Just be our friend, and we'll let you know when we're ready to be friends. Pretty much how that goes. Subscribe to the channel and join us in the chat here. Once again, I want to thank Adam Copeland, AEW superstar, for joining us in the last segment. He's a whole lot of fun. And if you think, man, he sounds like a really cool guy on the radio, he is in real life.
Very much so.
Very much so. We're happy to have him as a part of our community. And it's a homecoming event for him on Wednesday night at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. Where, as he said, he'll be performing in front of all of his children's friends, which makes it weird, but it's still a cool thing.
That was one of my favorite things he said, is that I see people I know out in the crowd, and they don't know me as Edge or Adam Copeland. They know me as Lyrics Dad.
Yeah.
Hey, right there. There he is. I know that guy. I see him in the pickup line at school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's just funny to hear people like that I know Tank and I both grew up watching.
Oh,
He's one of my favorite wrestlers.
Well, I get the same reaction from my kids' friends at school. Like, you should have seen them when I picked them up in the Parks Ford mobile studio one day. Like, every kid was like, oh, because they know who they are and they watch the show, which I think is cool as hell.
Fantastic.
Which, I don't know that it's a good idea that all of my kids' friends know how crazy their father is, but...
Well, it does help because most of your child's friends think you are sus.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
We have breaking news!
Okay. They especially love it when I do my little dance.
No doubt. I'm sure your kids love it.
Yeah.
Your kids are like, hey, Dad, could you come do that at a school dance? It'd be sweet. trying to close the old dating deal with Betty over here, and she really likes your sweet dance moves.
See my moves.
NFL Referees Association has ratified their CBA 7-year deal. We have officials again. We also have an official date for the schedule release 1 week from yesterday. May 14th, the schedule will come out. Tank and I will be there to break it down live.
Thursday night next week. Oh, I can't do it Thursday night.
Then I will be live with someone else. Raw Dog guys, David Smith.
Yeah, there you go. Y'all jump in there.
Infinity Stones, unite!
We'll still do our fun prognostication thing on Friday, right?
We'll probably do that
for Football Friday.
We'll probably do that the next week.
Okay.
So we'll talk about some stuff, and then we'll go division by division.
Right. Bill Workman raises his hand in tribute. He says,
"Ian."
Awesome. So Alex was firing away some great questions for Adam during the playback of that recorded interview. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to write all these down. And if we can get a chance to get Adam back on, I'll just let it be the Alex scripted interview. Because,
Bingo.
As somebody who – we got done with that interview and Megan looked at me and she goes, "You're pretty good at doing those interview things." And I was like, well, thank you. I have been trained for over 20 years on doing stuff like that, but I appreciate it. Alex, I'm not sure Alex has any training, and those are hammer questions.
Alex's questions were considerably better than mine because I can tell you I have zero live interview training. I do all the research on the person, and I come in clean as the fresh driven snow.
Alex, while we were all enjoying that together, because I hadn't seen it on the screen yet. So I was watching it, and as after the questions came in, I kept going, "Damn, why didn't I think of that?" Those are great questions. We'll see what we can do. We will have Dax and Cash, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, FTR, the AEW Tag Team Champions once again. I think this is their third reign as World Tag Team Champions for AEW. They also have the homecoming event because they're from around this area.
Dash grew up here. Cash. Sorry,
not Dash.
Dax.
This ain't the Incredibles.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna slap that out of you. Cash grew up here.
Yes,
he's from Asheville.
Yeah, Dax is from Whiteville, North Carolina, which is not too far away. So, it's a little drive, but still
Whiteville?
In the state.
Whiteville's 5 hours from here.
Is it that far?
It's close to Wilmington.
I thought it was like 3 hours and some change, like down around Raleigh or something.
It's right on the other side of Charlotte.
Oh, okay, all right. Not Charlotte, Charlotte.
No, not Charlotte, Charlotte.
Yes,
Charlotte's the one by the beach.
Place.
Charlotte's the one that has all the bankers and tall buildings.
Right.
Charlotte has zero tall buildings.
So Cash and Dax are scheduled to be with us at noon on Tuesday, and we will play back the message from the Rated R Superstar, which I'm sure they'll get a kick out of. So look forward to that. I look forward to you guys joining us on Tuesday.
We have our first Super Chat of the day.
Okay.
Show me the money, money. Show me the money.
It's from Red Sea, who said Jeremy just wings it, exactly like Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel do.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't rent boats. Just don't do that. Make up names. I have made up names.
You do.
How do you not have makeup? Here, I'll let you use mine. Maxwell J. Power. Nailed it. Max Power.
Max Power. What? I feel like I've heard that name before.
Simpsons.
It
was the Simpsons. It was Homer's boss in The Simpsons when he left the power plant.
Okay. All right.
I come up with some great ones.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, frankly, that Matt Groening came up with that one. But.
Wayne Brucewell. That's one I've used in more than once. And you'd be shocked how rarely people figure out that, hey, you have the same name as Batman. Yeah, I do. I also don't have an ID that says that, so please don't ask.
All right, now Alex is going off the rails with the names. You can get into the YouTube comments to check those out because they'll give you a little chuckle.
For sure.
We are immature children here in the Sportsocracy, and it is time for another...
Richard Longwood. That's another. That's one I actually did use.
Another two-a-days. It's time to talk about the local market team. It is the Carolina Panthers offseason went pretty well for the Carolina Panthers, I believe. I mean, you made some of the most influential, impactful signings of the free agency period.
If the defense isn't good, I'll be shocked.
Bringing in Devin Lloyd was just a home run.
Dog. Now, am I scared that I've seen him in this same defense and it did not work out as well as it did the way he played in Jacksonville last year? Yes, that does concern me a bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Does it concern me that you do not really have a linebacker to go beside him? Trevin Wallace is fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have a hammer group of pass rushers.
You do with Nix Skirton. And Jalen Phillips coming in on the contract from the Philadelphia Eagles. That gives you a pretty good 1-2 punch coming off the edge. Lee Hunter added in the draft to go up front with Derek Brown and Bobby Brown. Maybe Lee Hunter needs to change his last name to Brown. We'll just have a whole bunch of
Lee Hunter Brown.
There you go. The secondary is still my that's my I don't know section of the defense.
Now, I hear you say that. Can you just admit out loud that as long as J.C. Horn is upright and fine, that is a good secondary?
Is it good? I mean, J.C. Horn is good when he's healthy.
J.C. Horn
and is elite.
Oh, let's play a fun game. PFF, the love has gone out of that relationship for us.
Right.
Which is what happens when you fire your entire staff, and we love them all. According to their rankings, how many corners in the NFL were better last year than Mike Jackson?
Ooh, I'm going to guess it's like 6.
It's 2.
Really?
And one of them played 400 snaps.
Wow.
Of guys that played 500 snaps last year, Mike Jackson was the second highest rated corner in the league. And before you say, well, that's skewed, he played the 5th most snaps in the league of any corner.
Mm-hmm.
The only ones ahead of him were Riley Moss, which, by the way, that's shocked me.
I knew he had some big picks last year, but I didn't realize he was that good in coverage.
The only 4 ahead of him in snaps played were Riley Moss, Diamador Lenore, Nashawn Wright, and Carlton Davis.
Does that bring that ranking down for you a little bit, that Diamador's on that list?
That was just snaps. What I'm trying to say there is this is not like he played 500 snaps. He had a handful of good plays, and it buoyed the
I thought you were saying Diamador was up there with Mike in the rankings.
Of all the corners that were, I mean, even within earshot of how many snaps he played, none of them were higher rated than him, and only a handful of them were close.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Jackson was really good last year in coverage.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does he leave a little bit to be desired in other parts of the game? Sure, but he's a number 2 corner.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're fine. And then you look at what Carolina did in the draft, adding Zakey Wheatley. You've still got Lathan Ransom from last year, or Lathan. I've never gotten a good answer on which one of those it was because I've heard both.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind the secondary. Now, you cannot withstand injuries at all because it's super thin.
Mm-hmm. Adding Will Lee III in the draft was another big pickup for the cornerback room. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I think there's some iffy in there. Like, is the Mike Jackson thing sustainable? Did he just have one good year? We don't know. Shao Smith-Wade has made some big plays for this team. I mean, and he's decent.
Nobody wants to talk about this with Mike Jackson. Outside of one bad injury-plagued year, he's been pretty good.
Okay.
He's not necessarily a name.
He's not a name.
He's been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I think this defense is going to be really, really good for Carolina. And if you've noticed when we do these two-a-days, we always start with the part that we feel better about. So, I mean, for me, you look at the combination of Scorton, Amon Malayan, and Jalen Phillips, they're going to be able to get after quarterbacks. I really like what they've done with the front. Lee Hunter is going to be a nice, valuable piece. And having Bobby and Derek Brown means he only has to play 35 to 40 snaps a week, of which conditioning has always been an issue with Lee Hunter because he couldn't play a ton of snaps in a row. You have to kind of treat him almost like Vita Vea. Of the more you ask him to play, the worse it's going to go. You need to keep him fresh for targeted snaps, specifically in early downs, much like Vita Vea. Carolina has all the pieces now. I love where the defense is headed. And if Ajiro Avero is as good of a defensive coordinator as everybody tells us he is, which I've never per se doubted, I just haven't seen it as much as the proof hasn't been there for me the same way it has been for others.
Mm-hmm.
You have no excuse now. Short of injuries, you have no excuse.
Well, when he was in Denver, right, I think he had a top defense there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what brought him to Carolina. And, I mean, this team hasn't been good.
They haven't had the players.
Facts.
I mean, now, Jaylen Phillips is the best pass rusher this team's had since Julius Peppers. And that's coming from a guy that doesn't love Jaylen Phillips.
It's Brian Burns.
I said what I said.
Okay.
I don't believe I stuttered, and I said what I said, and I meant it.
Okay.
Right. Coming from a Florida State guy. Brian Burns is really good at what he's good at, but there are a lot of lulls with him. Jaylen Phillips, as long as you can keep him on the field, that dude is a warrior.
As long as you can keep him on the field.
Got to keep him on the field, and you got to have the pieces around him. Mm-hmm. That was the problem in Miami. If you don't have the space eaters in front of him, he can't do what it is he does.
Yeah.
You don't have that problem in Carolina.
No, you've got talent on this defense now. I was going to say, this team's not been good, so, I mean, there's a lot of pressure on a defense when your offense is atrocious. And you did have a few years in there where you were historically bad or close to it on the defensive side. Shouldn't be a problem anymore.
And on the defensive side, just being the draft guy, I have to say this. They signed two of my favorite undrafted free agents. Aaron Hall from Duke, who's going to be a nice rotational 5-tech. And Devontae Smith, who I'm telling you, remember that name because I think he'll make this roster. He could be a player in that secondary a year or two from now.
All right. A lot to look forward to defensively. How about offensively?
Well, that's where I would say more question marks are there.
You're entering into a obviously pivotal year for old Bryce Young. The option's been picked up. There's discussions of the extension. Did you get him weapons? Can you keep him protected? We'll talk about the offense of the Carolina Panthers when we come back. If you are interested in going to AEW Dynamite on Wednesday night of next week, then give us a call in the studio right now, 225-4988, 225-4988. That's the phone number here for the Sportsocracy, a 4-pack of tickets for AEW Dynamite. Coming your way. We'll be right back.
The Atlanta Braves are rocking into the 2026 season. When lights are on, the Braves are on. Asheville's Real Rock 105.1. Brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Experience the Parks promise at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Where are we at? On Wednesday, May 13th, AEW returns to AVL with AEW Dynamite, live from Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. Experience all the action and all the excitement when Asheville is all elite.
We're bringing pro wrestling back to our city.
AEW Dynamite, live from Harris Cherokee Center in Asheville. Wednesday, May 13th. Tickets on sale now, starting at just $20 at AEWTIX.com.
Charlie XCX has a brand new song. And it's on the newly released playlist on the free iHeartRadio app. Your no-cost destination to hear all of the songs that were just released, including Kenny Chesney, Carry On, The Rolling Stones, Khalid and Lauv, Farruko, and so much more. Open the free iHeartRadio app and search new to listen now.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Bills. That's Bills. Enter it now.
Log on to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at ClarissaSellsWNC.com.
When you're a grocery store, hunger has no place in your community. That's why at Ingles, we donate over 2 million pounds of food every year to those who need it. It's the right thing to do, and we know you'd do the same. Ingles, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
The Sportsocracy.
Gets the rebound, passes it to the man, shoots it, and boom goes the dynamite.
It is the Sportsocracy. Welcome back in to another Two-A-Days episode as the Carolina Panthers have made a whole bunch of moves and are hoping to start that winning culture there in Carolina. I mean, you took a big step forward last year with the 8-9 season, but how much better can it get? Shoring up the defense the way they did in free agency and the draft certainly is going to help them be a better cumulative team. The offense still leaves some to be desired in my eyes.
Well,
I've tried to do the Bryce Young thing. I've tried to get on the bandwagon of really, embracing this guy as a franchise quarterback, but I don't know that there's a single Carolina Panthers fan right now that feels like that is 100% certainty. Which is where you
quarterbacks that are 100% certainty, just to be clear.
But that's where you want to be for a guy that you took so high in the draft.
You used number one pick on him, you traded up to do it.
Right. Unfortunately, he hasn't turned into that. But keep getting him some weapons, keep protecting him a little bit better, he gets more comfortable, then maybe this is the pivotal year.
Fact or fiction, he's gotten better every year.
Fact.
Fact or fiction, he's still not even 25 years old.
Fact.
I'm not as worried about Bryce as everybody else is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm worried about one big problem with the offense.
Okay.
Who is running the ball?
Chuba Hubbard.
I don't love that.
That's your one.
I don't love that. Never have, never will.
Behind him, you have Jonathan Brooks, who unfortunately cannot stay healthy.
He has been cleared, though.
Well, that's good. But this is twice now he's torn that ACL? It's the same one?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of bad news. Trevor Etienne, who, he's a dog, but he's not. He's just a puppy. He's not a dog.
He's a whittle dog.
He's a whittle dog. He's kind of cute, and he's still doing stuff.
He's a chihuahua.
I hope he's nicer than chihuahuas. And then you got A.J. Dillon, who I've liked, but I mean, A.J. Dillon, Chuba Hubbard, that's hat on a hat to me.
No. A.J. Dillon can do more. He's just not as good of a between-the-tackles runner. See, the problem for me with guys like Chuba Hubbard is that it becomes very telling when you see him in the backfield because he can't block. He can't block. He doesn't really do much to the outside. He doesn't catch well. So you start having to bring in these specialized guys, and it's not that I know what you're going to do. The percentages change. And I don't think that helps Bryce Young. I will say this until my dying day. I think Dave Canales and Dan Morgan and the entire offensive staff of the Carolina Panthers made a mistake not understanding what they had in Rico Dowdle. Because you had the chance at a really dynamic running back, and I don't know what he did that turned the favor against him. But I think you're going to regret that. If Jonathan Brooks is healthy, I liked him coming out. I think he will take this job from Chuba Hubbard in very short order. But he has to be healthy, and I just don't know that. Mm-hmm. The weapons, I like a lot of this. I think Carolina has one of the deepest receiver rooms in the league. John Mechie is your 6 right now. If he's not, Jimmy Horn Jr. is. You got Chris Brazell in the draft. That's a nice deep threat. He and Liggett, I think, become interchangeable early on. And Coker and Tet, that allows them to do what they do. Mm-hmm. Coker plays out of the slot. Tet plays on the outside. Tet had a really good rookie year.
I think Chris Brazell is your Xavier Liggett replacement eventually. I mean, he's got one more year. I mean, Xavier Liggett has really just a matter of games, in my opinion, to really show up and stop dropping the ball. You know, work on running some crisp routes and get a little bit of chemistry with your quarterback, because I haven't seen it.
Well, and you were supposed to be a deep threat, and you're just barely averaging over 10 yards per completion, which is not good.
I like Chris Brazell, and I think he's going to do just fine in this league.
I think having Brazell and Liggett, to me, is it's an interchangeable deep threat, which is valuable. There's not a ton of teams that have that. But Liggett has to step up and actually be that, or he's going to get passed, and he'll be the 4 that plays 20 snaps a game. For a guy that you took that high, that's not particularly good.
Yeah.
Then you look at the offensive line. I don't know what's up with Ike Mekwonu, but none of it sounds good. And there are Panther fans telling me, or people around the Panthers, saying Ike Mekwonu may not play a down all year. That's not good. You did sign Rasheed Walker, which gives me some – I feel better about that. You did draft Monroe Freeling. One of my issues was that I really didn't want to see him play this year, because that's a dude that was way greener than you wanted him to be.
But we don't have to.
You're way more confident of that than I am.
All right, say Icky is a no-go. All right, we're just going to chalk up that 2026 ain't going to happen for him. Whatever needs to happen. He can come back next year fully healthy. You give me Rasheed Walker on the left, and I'm still at a position where Monroe Freeling does not have to play right now, because I still have Taylor Moton.
One injury.
Oh, sure. One injury, and he's probably going to have to play.
There's no probably. One injury, he is the next man up on the left and the right. Because Stone Forsythe is the only other tackle on this team, and there is no way he's playing over Monroe Freeling. That's what scares
But here's the thing.
Carolina has this issue at a lot of positions. I'm fine with how it looks off the jump. You have to be the healthiest team in the league.
One of them, for sure. And you definitely cannot have a season like, I don't know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers had last year, where the entire offensive line got hurt for 6 games or more. And we were throwing dudes from Home Depot out there by the end of the year, or like week 13, 14. That was a JUCO offensive line at times. I'm not as worried about the Panthers' offensive line, certainly not as much as I used to be. And I think it's going to be just fine. I'm not saying it's a strength of the team, but I certainly like it better than your running back room, and I certainly like it better than the tight end room.
I like the tight end room better than you. Trimble's the inline guy. Sanders and Evans, I think both have legit receiver ability. I'm fine with the tight ends. I do not love the running back room, and I have said that. The problem is what happens if you see an injury. On the inside, you're fine. You got Chandler Zavala backing up Lewis and Hunt. You got Hecht back behind Luke Fortner. You can withstand injuries on the inside. You cannot withstand injuries at tackle.
Right.
If Ike Ekwonu is in bad shape as I have heard, it's Walker, Moton, Freeling. Moton is not the player that he once was. Walker was a great free agent signing for value. I would still say he's no better than the 25th best left tackle in the league. That's scary. That is scary to me. And then you get to the point where you have to look at the schedule, which is what we're going to do after the commercial break.
Right.
We do, however, have a super chat that has nothing to do with the Panthers, but it is a good question. I have a good answer to it.
Cause it's all about the money, money, money. All about the money, money, money. I do this for my hustle.
It's from our realtor friend, David Zussman. I've never actually looked at that's the first time I've read the last name. Said, are there any teams entertaining Christian Wilkins on a prove-it deal? I understand no contender taking a chance on him. Low risk, high reward on a prove-it deal. So it's funny you asked this because I asked this question around the draft. Christian Wilkins is choosing his shot. There are plenty of interested teams. He's just trying to find the best spot for him. He's one that I could see signing a deal sometime around the 4th of July with a team that makes sense for what he does. I heard a lot of people talking about him with the New York Giants, and that crossed my mind, and then they signed DJ Reader. And I think Reader's a better fit for what the Giants needed than Christian Wilkins is.
Okay.
Wilkins strikes me as, and I'm trying to think of a team off the top of my head, that the Atlanta Falcons, one injury, and Christian Wilkins goes, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Once you start seeing guys get hurt in camp, that's where Wilkins is going. Because, I mean, he knows. That thing in Las Vegas ended so strangely that I don't believe it's a disinterest from the league. I think it's him really doing his due diligence to make sure he doesn't make another mistake. A couple people told me he was kind of gun shy because he really liked Las Vegas, and it ended so badly. So that's more Wilkins than it is the league.
You are in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville. Two-a-days continuing here with the Carolina Panthers. We'll look at the 2026 schedule. We know that we're going to be starting off our football year with the Carolina Panthers in Canton, Ohio for the Pro Football Hall of Fame game, as Luke Kuechly will be inducted into the he'll be getting his gold jacket. We'll be there. It's a fun thing that I encourage every fan to do if you get a chance to go up there. By all means, take the opportunity. Canton's a fun place to be. The Hall of Fame game, the Carolina Panthers, and was it the Cardinals?
Yes.
Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals. It's going to be fun. Anyhow, we don't know yet where they will play, where or who they will play throughout the season, but we do know what teams they'll be playing. We'll discuss that up next.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
No complaints here for a Friday. Not only is it Friday, but the weather is great. Saturday looks good. Mother's Day, not bad. I'd give it a B, maybe a B+. Today an A, tomorrow an A. Low 70s today, upper 70s tomorrow, mostly sunny. Might see some clouds at times. And then by Sunday, maybe an isolated late storm. So most of Sunday, actually not bad, 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by True Green. True Green, the easiest way to get a golf course quality lawn. Don't wait. Sign up at TrueGreen.com and get your first application for $9.95. True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. Let the pros do the work so you can enjoy your weekend. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
If you're putting off or ignoring an IRS problem, it won't go away. In fact, it can make things worse. Penalties grow, interest adds up, and the IRS can take action, like garnishing your wages or freezing your bank accounts. The truth is, many people dealing with IRS issues don't even realize they have options. Here's the good news. If you owe back taxes, have unfiled returns, or you're facing an audit, you may qualify for programs that can reduce what you owe, sometimes significantly. But timing matters. The longer you wait, the fewer options you may have, and the more aggressive the IRS can become. That's where Republic Tax Relief can help. They work with the IRS every day, and they know how to stop collections and resolve cases quickly. Republic Tax Relief is veteran-owned, experienced, and A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau. Your first call is completely free, so don't wait. Call Republic Tax Relief today at 800-440-8490. That's 800-440-8490. Or visit republictaxrelief.com.
iHeartRadio is sending you to see Guns N' Roses live on their World Tour 2026. We'll handle everything, including the You're So Fine VIP lounge package. Just tap the contest tab when you're listening to us on the free iHeartRadio app to enter. Tickets at livenation.com.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor for over 50 years.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
The Sportsocracy.
Let's open up the whole can and kick ass and kill them all. Let the paramedics sort them out.
I said we don't know where the teams are going to fall on the schedule just yet, but we do know who they're going to play and in what location. The 2026 schedule for the Carolina Panthers. Which you can hear on our sister station, News Radio 570 WWNC, all season long. Obviously, the division. How do you see them going in the division? 4-2?
I would say so. Probably split with Tampa Bay, split with New Orleans.
Sweep the Falcons.
The Falcons are apparently going 0-17 in my brain. Because I don't think, they've been on practically every schedule, and they've been an easy win for everybody.
Well, I mean, you
which is not accurate, but
the teams that we've discussed so far, probably. I mean, the closest one would be Tampa Bay yesterday, and I told you I don't care how bad they are. You know that's not going to happen. There's a sweep is probably not going to happen anywhere in this division. I think us, New Orleans, and Carolina all probably go 3-3.
That would mean Atlanta has to go 3-3 too. Not physically possible for it to go any other way.
They may.
The Falcons lost 2 games to no one.
That's the thing. They very well may.
Nope, they won't.
You don't think so? You don't think Atlanta's getting a single win in the division?
No, what I was saying is if Tampa Bay, New Orleans, and Carolina go 3-3, that means Atlanta did too, because it has to be 12 winners, 12 losers.
That's what I'm saying. They probably will.
I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you. The thing for Carolina is how the schedule lays out next Thursday is really important. Have you looked at their home schedule?
I'm looking at it right now.
It is evil.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Lions, Bears, Ravens, Bengals, Seahawks, Broncos. Do you know what those 6 teams have in common?
They're all better than the Carolina Panthers.
We had all 6 of them in the top 13 of our initial way too early power rankings.
Their home schedule is as bad as the Buccaneers' road schedule.
Yes. Now, the advantage is that you do get them at home. So now break down, look at that from that aspect of, that's a long trip for Detroit. It's a really long trip for Denver and Seattle. If you could find a way to steal 2 of those and sweep the division at home, you still go 5-4 at home. Then you get to the away schedule, and the away schedule is way prettier. Because I'm not scared of Minnesota. I'm not scared of Cleveland. I'm not really scared of Green Bay or Pittsburgh. And then there is that one in Philadelphia that I don't love for any involved.
So we're talking
Carolina could go 5-4 at home and 6-2 on the road, and it wouldn't shock me in the least.
I don't see them winning that many games at home. I really don't.
Well, what I'm saying is that's the line of demarcation. Because the problem is if you only win divisional games, you went 3-6 at home, and it gets really hard to figure out ways that you're going to get to 9 or 10 wins to make the playoffs.
Right.
That's what happens when you win a division. You have to play division winners.
Yep. You get the best of the divisions, and you know the lineup, the division matchups did no favors for the NFC South this year. So,
I want you to keep that same energy when we talk about the New Orleans Saints, because I think it did do some favors. Look at who the Saints play. Look at who the Panthers and the Bucs play. Yeah, one of them definitely did well because they finished last in the division. That's by the way, that's the reason that I always say, if you're going to be bad, be bad. Be like bad. Get that advantageous schedule the next year. I mean, do you remember in the NFC South, we did this for, a decade? The team that finished dead last in the division won the division the following year?
Yep.
It always killed me that nobody ever figured out why that was. Yeah, because they play a way easier schedule the following year. These teams have been clumped together for the better part of 2 decades. It is easier to point out the years where there has been a clear winner than it has to figure out the year that they finish within 4 games of each other. And that's the difference in the schedule. A really advantageous schedule can benefit you 4 wins. Probably not 4. Probably 2. A really disadvantageous schedule can take off 2. It's a 4-game swing. It's a 4-game swing in the standings. That is the difference in the divisions.
Yep.
When there's not a clear best team in the division. I think Carolina is clearly the best team in this division.
Okay.
I think the Saints and the Saints and the Bucks are close. Falcons are not far behind, but I don't like your quarterback situation at all. When I'm saying I like Baker Mayfield better than what you have, that's a bad sign for your quarterback room.
It's very true.
By the way, this is a total aside and it has nothing really to do with Carolina. Power rank the quarterbacks in this division. I just want to see if you quickly get to the same thing I did too.
Baker, Bryce, Shuck, Penix?
That's funny. I don't have the top 3 of any of that in the same position you did. Because for me, it's Shuck, Bryce, Baker, whatever they have in Atlanta. I don't really care.
Okay.
I'd take Tyler Shuck over every quarterback in this division, and I'll be honest with you, that was the easiest part. The hardest part was deciding between Bryce and Baker. Because, yes, Bryce doesn't have the high upside. He also doesn't turn the ball over nearly as much as Baker does. And I'm thinking with just a stationary, neutral team. I don't have Mike Evans. I don't have Tetairoa McMillan. I like Tyler Shuck better than any quarterback in this division.
Okay.
And that's what, to me, gives New Orleans a chance, gives Tampa Bay a chance, because Baker does have those high upsides. If you can limit the low side, that gives him a shot, especially as I'm sitting here looking at the schedule. The schedule is awful.
That's what I said. I mean, pulling the Norths was not fun. I mean, I guess it could be worse. But you pull both Norths, and that means everybody's playing the Ravens, everybody's playing the Bengals, everybody's playing the Lions, everybody's playing the Bears. That's rough. What?
You're right at what you just said, but one of them plays all four of those teams on the road. It's not the same. New Orleans plays all four teams you just said at home. That is a huge difference. Having to go to all four of those is evil. I said that backwards. Carolina gets them at home. New Orleans gets them all on the road.
I feel like they're all equal anyway. I don't expect you to win any of those games anyway.
Oh, you are not giving nearly enough credence to home field advantage. You're just not.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Oh, let's fun story. I'm looking at last year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many teams in the NFL finished with winning records at home? I'll do this in an easier way to digest. Do you know how many teams in the AFC finished with a winning record at home?
How many?
10.
Okay.
The ones that didn't were the Raiders, the Titans, the Browns, the Bengals, oddly enough, the Ravens, and the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else won 5 or more games at home because the AFC got 9 home games last year.
Mm-hmm.
In the NFC, the only teams that finished sub 500 at home were the Arizona Cardinals, the New Orleans Saints, the New York Giants, and the Washington Commanders. Every other team in the league was either 500 or better at home.
Mm-hmm.
What does that tell you? 10 out of 32 teams had a winning record at home. Yes, home field advantage means a lot. Which is why I look at Carolina and go, whoa. If you find a way to pull out 5 and 4, this team's winning this division. And if you can catch a couple of those early, I'm looking at a couple of those tougher games.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play Cincinnati early. You said it yesterday, now I can't get it out of my head. They don't win games in September.
Mm-hmm.
I want to play Cincinnati off the rip. If I could open with Cincinnati, I'm all the way in. Also because that defense is not going to be – it's not going to have come together the way it will have by November because it's veteran guys. I want to get them out of the way early. I want to get Seattle out of the way early because I don't know exactly what that team's going to look like. There's a lot of moving pieces there. If Bo Nix is not going to be ready for the start of the season, give me Denver early. Carolina's one of those that could actually benefit from playing some of the tougher teams on their schedule early. Because once those teams are battling for the playoffs, I've given them 3 months to come together and all those new additions and figured out what their role is in a defense. I don't want to do that. So I'm looking at these easier games. Yeah, I don't want to play that Cleveland game early. I'll beat Cleveland just as easily in September as I will in December. I don't care. Put it late. Give me Pittsburgh late. Aaron Rodgers is 87 years old. By that time, he could be sitting on his couch watching Matlock. I want that late.
Mm-hmm.
Give me those early, those home games early. Which is why I'm looking at that schedule going, I think the one I want, and this is going to sound wild when I say it, I think I want to open with Cincinnati. I think I either want to open with Cincinnati or Detroit. And if I get that win early in the season, it sets me on a clear course for the rest of the year. I don't see Baltimore early.
Mm-hmm.
Chicago, that did the only thing they lost was DJ Moore. No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
Give me Chicago in December.
Absolutely.
Maybe Caleb Williams will have broken a nail by then, and I'm getting Tyson Bagent.
It's a gauntlet.
It's wicked.
It's a gauntlet at home for the Carolina Panthers, and they need to sweep the division at home. It's your best opportunity to get games because, of the teams that they play at home, the most confidence that I would have in them picking up a win would be Cincinnati. I don't like them against Denver. I don't like them against Seattle.
I don't hate them against Denver.
I don't like them against Baltimore, Detroit. Chicago would probably be right after Cincinnati.
I think I'm putting way more into the home splits than you do.
Yes. I absolutely.
And Bo Nix is 10-7 on the road. I'm not worried about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not. That's another thing that I swear to you, I think fans get completely snowed by. Of you watch a guy like Bo, who's not an elite quarterback. Nobody will argue that. That's coin flip home and away. If you look at who they played on the road last year, it really fluffed up how good Denver was. Because they played a lot of bad teams on the road. That helps. That's how you wind up 12-5 or 13-4. You get a schedule like this with Carolina, your high side's 10-7.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing is, I don't think anybody in your division can get to 10-7. Tampa Bay, with the way that roster's set up right now, they could play college teams. I'm not sure they're getting to 10-7, especially with Todd Bowles.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you laugh like I'm just hammering the Bucks. This whole thing sets up terribly for them. New Orleans, you would be a year ahead. I'm asking Kevin Stefanski to do something in Atlanta that I've never seen him do before with two quarterbacks that I believe in Sasquatch more than them.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there for Carolina, but you are going to have to win games that you're not supposed to. You'll be a dog at home to Baltimore. That's a winnable game. Cincinnati, that's a winnable game, depending on when you get it.
Mm-hmm.
If you catch Baltimore with one of those weird Lamar Jackson games in December where he does not play, you'll be favored by 7.5 points. It all falls into where the schedule lines up.
Mm-hmm. And we're going to find that out on Thursday of next week. News coming out today that the schedule release will be next Thursday, and Jeremy's got all the plans to cover that live for you on the YouTube.
It'll be Bill Workman, myself, and whoever else wants to hop on. So if we can get the Raw Dog guys or Great North,
yeah.
Tank has to.
I have Citizens Police Academy, and I have to go.
Tank has to go make.
If I miss another, JB already told me if I miss another class, I'm getting a ticket. So I got. He's like, I'm gonna hit you with an obstruction charge, obstructing the class.
How are you missing classes? They invited you to take this. How are you?
Well, because we were in Pittsburgh for one of the classes.
Oh yeah.
The class before that was politics and pints that I had to be at for WWNC, and I missed the first class of the series because of the toilet issue at the house. I had to replace the toilet, and then we kept breaking them. And yeah. By the time that was over, it was like, I've got 20 minutes to make it downtown in 5 o'clock traffic. No, that's not going to happen. I'll just I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
Catch you on the flippity flop.
So yeah, we only got 2 more weeks left that I can't miss next week. So there's that.
Carolina, it's all on the schedule.
Yeah, absolutely.
We have a super chat to get to before we get to the final hour.
Cause it's all about the money, all about the money.
It's from David, who said, if you were Tampa Bay's GM, and he really doesn't like Jason Licht. I've been watching some of his comments in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Would you pay $10 million for 31-year-old Ashawn Robinson, or about $15 million to get Christian Wilkins? First of all, I don't think you have to give Christian Wilkins $15 million, but that's what I would have done. I'm not going to lie to you. There are things that GMs do that I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it.
Mm-hmm. $7.5 million for Kenny frickin' Gainwell. I mean, that's all I need to know.
Sense.
Look, if you are a Tampa Bay fan and you're in the Tampa Bay sphere, and I see you say something, I can't wait to see Kenny Gainwell. Well, you, my friend, are a moron.
I just turned into a character from Homestar Runner. I just can't put my finger on which one it was.
Yeah, look, I don't get it. I do not get it. And GMs do stuff like this all the time that goes, what were you thinking?
Well, I mean, and some of them go to locker room things. A guy could be a leader in the locker room. There are things there. But, yeah, there are some others that, no, I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand where some of these contract valuations come from. And I'll tell you, in league circles, we talk about these things all the time. Contract comes down, and some of us just go, what? You talk to sources inside a team, how much would you have given that? And it's half.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Patrick Holt.
I love it. He says, hey, Strong Bad, do you like techno music? Why, yes, I do love techno music.
Not only do I like the cut of your jib.
Excuse me while I got to check my email.
Freesboro. Not only do I like the cut of your jib, I like the name of your town.
Strong Bad email. That's one of my favorite websites.
No less than 90% of people have no idea what we're talking about, but the 10% that do are loving every bit of this.
Yep.
The system is down.
I said consummate, V's. Consummate. Trogdor. All right, we're done. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville.
That only made sense if you're between 35 and 42. That's the only way that made sense. And a dude. You needed to be a dude, too. Mm-hmm. The two girls in the room just went, the hell was that? No,
they were like, nope, don't know what that is.
That was a fever dream for 30 seconds. It made no sense, and you two were laughing like hyenas.
Oh, look, Patrick Holt. No, Patrick, we are not talking about Diana Rossini anymore. Hey there, Cheat. How you doing?
ESPN Asheville. Your mountain weather forecast.
No complaints here for a Friday. Not only is it Friday, but the weather is great. Saturday looks good. Mother's Day, not bad. I'd give it a B, maybe a B+. Today an A, tomorrow an A. Low 70s today, upper 70s tomorrow, mostly sunny. Might see some clouds at times. And then by Sunday, maybe an isolated late storm. So most of Sunday, actually not bad, 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Staging.
This report is sponsored by RenewalByAnderson.com.
The heat is already kicking up. Is your home ready? Upgrade now with Renewal by Anderson. Save $300 on every window and $825 on every door. Plus, take an extra 5% off your entire order. Stay cooler and lower energy bills all summer long. Visit RenewalByAnderson.com.
This is Small Business Month. Hey, it's Tank Spencer, and all this month, ESPN Asheville is celebrating the small businesses that keep our community strong. With the help of AirVent Exteriors, we're giving all local shops a chance to get in front of more customers. This month, nominate a small business that makes a difference in Western North Carolina. And if that business is chosen, they win a $100 Amazon gift card and a $2,500 ad campaign on our iHeartRadio Asheville stations. Nominations are open. Just go to ESPNAVL.com.
AirVent Exteriors would like to welcome you to expand your outdoor living spaces by working with a company who truly understands the beauty of our area, because we work and live here too. For 40 years, we've been right here in your community, offering products that will allow you to create a comfortable way to enjoy your outdoor spaces. Our custom-designed sunrooms, screen rooms, and awnings get you out of doors and into enjoying your own backyard. AirVent Exteriors encourages you to support local companies and to visit airventexteriors.com.
First news on 570 with Mark Starling and Tank Spencer.
I have 2 growing children to pay for.
Aren't they old enough to work yet? I feel like we should put them through a summer work internship.
Weekday mornings at 6.
Why don't you bring them to work with you every day?
Why don't you bring them to work? Wait, no. No, somebody else take them to work with them every day.
On News Radio 570 WWNC.
This is my me time.
My me time, he says.
And now on 92.9 FM.
Not everyone can foster or adopt, but you can still support kids in Henderson County by helping provide meals and birthday boxes or hosting a parents' night out. Help make a difference in a child's life. Contact Kim at 694-6248. Your connection matters. Share this information to help us increase awareness in the community. Learn more about meaningful ways to support. Visit WNCHomes4Kids.com. WNCHomes4Kids.com.
Champions don't disappear. They reload. And the 2026 Atlanta Braves are ready.
Chopping toward another playoff run. The Mountains home for Braves baseball, ESPN Asheville. Brought to you by Parks Ford of Hendersonville.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have: Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
I'm David.
And I'm Christina.
And this is our Ingalls story.
Ginger's Revenge is a brewery located in Asheville, North Carolina that specializes in the production of hard ginger beer.
So we use all natural, whole ingredients, and I think that really sets us apart.
Ingalls is an amazing partner for us to work with. A lot of our fans know that they can go to Ingalls and find a lot of the flavors that we have available. And and they just make it really easy for folks to purchase local products.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
92.9 on the FM dial is your new home for 570 WWNC.
Balanced budget, no deficit spending, not getting us involved in any wars, no sort of philanderings or anything like that.
Sounds like the most boring president ever.
It's the same station. It's the same news. It's the same people.
Wouldn't it be great?
It'd be wonderful.
Oh.
It just sounds better. Frequency modulation. News in stereo. Now on 92.9 FM.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
ESPN Asheville. Yeah. WPEK Fairview. WMXF Waynesville. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Dragon Man!
I mean, it was just a dragon. But it was still dragon!
Live from the Ingalls studio.
I can't wait to play with myself every day.
The Sportsocracy.
Damn the devil to hell! Let the big dogs eat! Let them on the field!
Come get you some of this.
Fire them cannons! By golly, put more powder in those things.
He couldn't take any more disappointment.
Oh my God, the Jets killed him.
And welcome back into the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville.
We were halfway through that before I figured out that was actually going out over the radio, too. Because I was like, I can hear it. Why can I hear it in my headphones? Oh, my God, he's actually playing.
He's actually playing.
Whole open plays, just...
That should be the new open for the show.
I'm
so glad y'all took me down on this little, rabbit hole, this memory rabbit hole that we've been on. Oh, I might have to go find the best of Homestar Runner.
Caffeine.
When we get home.
I feel happy. I feel happy. I feel sad.
Evan Doyle says that his claim to fame is that one of his emails as a teen actually made it onto one of the Strong Bad skits. And I need to find this.
I need to know which one it is.
Because I sent no less than 7 emails hoping that I was going to be featured in one of the Strong Bad vignettes.
Did we ever figure out who did that? Like somewhere out there, there's a guy that's like, I was Strong Bad. I want to meet that guy.
I know. I wanted to be. Thought it was brilliant. Brilliant comedy for 2001.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Christiana's been looking at us like we were out of our minds, and we're like, we didn't have YouTube.
Yeah.
Okay? We couldn't just go, hey, you remember that music video? No, you had to wait for it to come on stupid TRL, and you had to listen to Carson Daly for 2 hours just to see it once. Just see it once. Mm-hmm. And they didn't even always show the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I wanted to chase waterfalls, and I didn't always get to chase waterfalls because stupid Justin Timberlake was on the show that day, and so I only got half of it.
I hated Carson Daly.
I still hate Carson Daly.
So much.
Not even because he did anything wrong. I just hate your job. Your job is stupid. And you're stupid for taking it. In spite of the fact they probably paid you a boatload of money. You probably got to hook up with 3 of the Spice Girls. I understand why you did it.
Carson Daly was he was the original Ryan Seacrest.
I know he was supposed to be, and then they realized, oh wait, he's not good at really anything. his talent pool is un poco. Here are his talents: point at a screen and let talented people sing songs. End of talents. Do you remember that he had a talk show? Huh. You think it's wild that we have one? Go watch his. He made Magic Johnson look like Johnny Carson. That is a chef's kiss.
Great reference. Love it. Love it. Welcome back into the Sportsocracy here on ESPN Asheville. We're heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app, seen everywhere on the old YouTube.
If nobody clips that little rant I just went on that's been in the back of my head since 1997, then we did it wrong. If I ever see Carson Daly in person, I won't punch him, but I will yell at him quite aggressively, like, hey, you know why you suck? Well, I'm about to tell you. Where are you going? Come back. I want you to hear what you did.
I didn't have that on my bingo card today, but again, thank you to everybody who participated, and we'll do it again sometime. No doubt about it.
I think we should have a weekly, you know what really grinds my gears? And it's nothing that means squat to anybody right now. It's just things I'm still mad about from 2002.
Well, I mean, I still do have this button.
Dirty Turkish shark back flat. I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore. Shark back flat.
Let the hate flow through you.
You know what I'm still pissed about 23 years later? Carson Daly cutting music videos too early. I waited through your whole stupid show to hear one song. Oh, no, we got Justin Timberlake's on for the 47th time. I don't care.
I was like, did you really need to hear Ball with the Ball for the 48th time?
That was a good one. What I really wanted was uncensored MTV. I'm upset that we never figured out how to do that. Just give me Eminem music videos with all the wordy dirts. That's all I needed. 12-year-old Jeremy, that's what he needed. That was his lifeblood, and you took it from him. You never gave it to him.
No. Well, I mean, you could probably find it now. They probably have unedited videos like that on YouTube.
I was sitting on the bus with my Walkman, my over-the-ears headphones. Forgot about Dre. It was awesome. Then I go to TRL. Well, I forgot about Dre.
They cut out a whole verse.
Just forgot about Drew. Or some other lame excrement.
Let's screw Dr. Drew. I hated that show.
Those sick bars that Eminem dropped, you know where they were? Not on television.
The only thing good about Dr. Drew was Adam Carolla.
Oh, no, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Oh, that was we're way down a rabbit hole now. That was fun when you were 13. Your parents thought you were asleep and you were listening to
Lifeline. No, Loveline.
Loveline.
Everybody calls in and tells Dr. Drew about their seedy secrets. It's like, what am I watching right now?
Dr. Drew, my boyfriend, has slept with everybody on the cheerleading team except me. That means he's not your boyfriend, honey.
Here's your sign.
I always loved his advice because he always said really mean things, but he said it in a smart way, and so nobody ever got angry at it.
By the way, have you been tested? How many of those shows did they have?
Oh, yeah. Lord have mercy. This is an uncensored, just begging for a place to land.
All right, let's get back into the two-a-days here in the Sportsocracy. Actually, talk some sports.
Dr. Ruth was the next side of this. If you didn't get to experience that, I'm sorry. You YouTube that because that's a great way to spend a Thursday.
It's so creepy with Grandma talking about stuff like that. Ugh. Hush it, Ruthie.
The Denver Broncos!
That's right. The Denver Broncos on today's two-a-days. So the best part of the Denver Broncos is
the defense.
The defense.
It's good. Real good. And it's going to be real good again. Do you have any worries about the defense?
You know what? I'm going to say no.
So there's nothing about that defense that bothers you even a little bit.
I mean, depth would be on the the list. I don't know that you have a whole lot.
Depth's going to be a problem for practically every good.
I don't know that you have a whole lot of depth as far as, like edge rushers go, but maybe. I mean, if you stay healthy, I like this team.
Am I the only one that looks at it and goes, is this just a complete Vance Joseph creation? Because, I mean, you look at the names on the screen, that is not that great of a defense. Patrick Surtain II, elite.
Mm-hmm.
You get no argument out of me.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Benito, elite. Tali Hufanga, for what he is, elite. What next? Like, for an elite defense, you think about the elite defenses we've had over the years. You usually don't get to 3 and then go, Zach Allen.
Yeah, but then you hit a bunch of doubles. You got a couple of homers in there, but you got some extra base hits, and even the ones that aren't extra base hits, they're still moving runners forward, for using baseball terms. Because is there a bad player? You look at that list and you go, look at the starting lineup of the defense and go, is there a bad one?
I don't think the linebackers are great. I really don't. I don't think the linebackers are great.
With Sternad and Singleton?
Okay. Let me explain this a different way, and maybe it'll make slightly more sense.
Okay.
We do opponents at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not getting into that yet. But if you look at Denver from last year,
mm-hmm.
how much of what you saw last year do you think is smoke and mirrors? Do you think this is the second best defense in the NFL? The best defense in the NFL? Or
probably not.
Did they play a schedule that had a lot of Tennessee, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, the 2 New York teams, Dallas, who wasn't great, Las Vegas that they played twice, Washington, and then it firmed up at the end when they were already 12-2.
Mm-hmm.
I just said 9 games that, and you lost one of them, by the way. You shouldn't have, and it still blows my mind that you did. This was not a good schedule. And I just feel like Denver is one of those teams that we're chalking up as it's a guarantee. Bo Nix he's an elite quarterback. Is he?
No.
Because I don't think he is. And Bo Nix works in such great concert with the defense. Are we sure the defense is elite? Because I went really deep on this.
I mean, I believe the defense is, I'll say, really good as a unit, well coached. I think they're pretty disciplined. Didn't they have a crazy amount of turnovers last year? Forced turnovers?
It was a lot. I can tell you the exact number here in just a second.
I mean, you're not going to go through a schedule again where you're going to have as many games as they did where they only gave up 10 points. Because they're going to be tougher. Your schedule's going to be tougher.
The Broncos actually had a turnover deficit last year. They only forced 17 turnovers. Or no, that's not right. I'm reading that wrong. They only forced 14 turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
They turned it over 17 times.
Mm-hmm. I thought they had more than that for some reason.
No, Chicago's the one that had an outrageous.
Okay.
Chicago had 23 interceptions last year.
Oh yeah, that was the Nashon Wright thing.
I mean, Denver was in the bottom 10 in the league in turnovers.
Okay.
And I guess that's where I'm at.
I thought they did.
So we talk about how it's so guaranteed that this defense is so good because Vance Joseph is such a great defensive coordinator. He never has been. Before these last 2 years, this is really the first time Vance Joseph's ever been an elite defensive coordinator.
Okay.
And if you don't believe me there, he's been a DC or a head coach in this league for the last 10 years. He's finished in the top 3 of defensive yards allowed 3 times. 2 of them are in the last 2. He's finished top 2 in points twice, and it's the last 2 years. I'm not as sure that this defense is elite as much as it played Marcus Mariota and Jake Browning and Justin Fields. Is that untoward to say? Because I don't think it is.
No.
As I went back and was looking at Denver, I threw a lot of shade at them last year, but I'm also looking at, I mean, you played a lot of Geno Smiths and just not great quarterbacks. And then I look at who you played this year, and I go, that's not going to be the case this year. You do not get the same luxury this year. And I think the defense is good. I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not sitting here saying that Denver's going to fall off the planet. Mm-hmm. I just think a regression from clearly the second or third best defense in the NFL is happening.
I don't feel like there's a shot that they go 14-3 again.
I'll bet anything you want.
Right. Like I was talking to a Bears fan earlier today, and he was saying, what do you think about my team this year? How do you think we're going to do? And I mean, he was expecting, like, if we're not 6-10, I'm going to be happy. So it wasn't like he was expecting the world here. I said, dude, your problem is going to be that last year you were the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs, and I think your fan base is going to expect a Super Bowl, and you're not that. And I think a lot of the same about Denver. Last year, you got a favorable schedule, ended up 14-3, and I don't see you repeating that this year. And I'll give you my main reason why. Go look at the one-score games last year. We talk about this all the time of if you got one team that had a whole bunch of one-score games and they won a whole bunch of them. Remember the Minnesota Vikings 2 years ago? What happened last year? You didn't win those games.
Do you know the Broncos' record in one-score games last year?
What was it?
It was 11-2.
Bingo.
It was 11-2.
Mm-hmm. Those things are cyclical.
And the 2 games that you lost probably made less sense than any of them. Mm-hmm. Because you remember they had the field goal where they hit the snapper against Indianapolis, so Indianapolis got another one 15 yards closer. That was one of their 2 losses.
Mm-hmm.
I think Denver's going to come back closer to the 7th, 8th, 9th best defense in the league, and we start looking at the quarterbacks they're playing, there's going to be a way more of an onus on the offense. Now, that leads into the niceties of I do think the offense could be a little better than it was last year. Because there were some anomalies with Denver that don't tend to lend to good teams that I believe they can change in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
We've also found Evan Doyle's strong bad email. So we're going to watch that in the break.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll talk about the Denver Broncos offense.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville.
Now here's your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, Rich. That's Rich. Enter it now.
Log on to ESPNAVL.com to play, and good luck.
Graham B here. When you start thinking big with outdoor projects, you start at Leonard Truck Outfitters. They got everything to get your truck ready to haul, tow, explore, maybe for work, maybe for fun. Could be you just want to look good rolling around the neighborhood. With more than 60 years in the business right here in the Carolinas, their expert technicians can take your ride from regular to fully custom. From trailers for ATVs to livestock to steel and wood buildings, garages to chicken coops, built in North Carolina for North Carolina. Leonard Truck Outfitters. Stores you can depend on.
Andrew Bird makes his debut with the Asheville Symphony on May 29th to celebrate the 20th anniversary of his acclaimed record, The Mysterious Production of Eggs. Limited tickets remain. Visit www.ashevillesymphony.org for tickets.
A win is a win. A win is a win. I don't care what y'all say. Yep, that's me, Clifford Taylor IV. And on my new podcast, The Clifford Show, I'm bringing you raw, unfiltered conversations with your favorite athletes, creators, and media personalities. Each week, we'll talk about sports, life, mental health, purpose, and even music. The Clifford Show is not just a conversation, it's a celebration.
Search The Clifford Show on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
The Ingalls Advantage isn't just about savings or the best quality food for your family. It's more than that. It's the advantage of being a part of a community. That's why we provide over 2 million pounds of food every year through regular donations and programs like the Ingalls Giving Tree, Food for Thought, and the Ingalls Fill a Backpack program. It's the right thing to do, and we know that you would do the same. Ingalls, your neighbor, for over 50 years.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
I'm Coley Duffy.
I'm Cody Ward.
And
we're the Chainsaw Brothers.
Actually, we're cousins. A few days after Helene, we was in the driveway having a couple beers, waiting on the power to come back on. And we heard so many people calling, needing trees removed, and couldn't afford it.
So I called my dad to borrow a chainsaw, and over the next few months, we cleared trees for our neighbors. Our business was born out of wanting to help Western North Carolina get back on our feet.
We are fully insured and licensed. We keep our promises, meaning if we say we're going to be there, we'll be there. In these parts, we live how we were raised.
When you call the Chainsaw Brothers, you're not a customer, you're family. We're good at what we do, and we do it for a reasonable cost.
For all your chainsaw needs, call the Chainsaw Brothers. 828-316-1013. Or find us on Facebook. See how we treat our family.
Are you still covered up with storm damage and debris?
Call us about our daily rates at 828-316-1013. That's 828-316-1013. We're the Chainsaw Brothers, and with our neighbors, we are Western North Carolina strong.
Woohoo!
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have, Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
The Sportsocracy.
You were just dumping a bag of hammers.
Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. God, that's a throwback, man. I'm so happy that I know somebody who was on Strong Bad Email. Did we post the link up to that in the YouTubes?
I mean, I didn't because we watched it on my phone. Which, I mean, I could do it that way.
You could. So everybody gets to see it. That would be the way to do that. So throw it up on the YouTube.
The Homestar Runner guy's going to be like, why did we randomly get that's
just a bunch of hits
on episode 107? Why did that happen today? Is today the cheat day?
It is the cheat day.
It may be the cheat day. Today is the date on your fake ID. Now go make me some breakfast.
All right, two-a-days here in the Sportsocracy. It's time to talk about the offense of the Denver Broncos. Bo Nix, he's fine. And that's still the best I have. Because I don't think he's as good as many Bronco fans want to believe that he is. But he's also not as bad as Jarrett Stidham, so you got that going for you.
For sure.
He is, no doubt, the best quarterback that the Denver Broncos have.
Yes. Do you feel better or worse about the offense in 2026?
I feel... well, I mean, I was
you're about to say you feel markedly better, and I don't think you're wrong.
I was going to say I feel better, but I hesitated for a second thinking... Yeah, but what if Jaylen Waddle doesn't fit? What if there's an issue there?
What's the
know.
issue going to be?
I have no idea. Maybe him and Bo Nix don't jive on the field.
Maybe they don't love homestarrunner.com the way we do.
I don't know what could be I look at this team now and I go, okay, you're throwing out Cortland Sutton and Jaylen Waddle. I feel much better about that than I really have in the last.
Everybody dropped down a spot
since Peyton Manning was there. It's probably the best I feel about your 1-2 options.
I also feel like the running back room is deeper than it was because I really like Jonah Coleman.
Yeah.
And I love him in a backfield with R.J. Harvey. So I feel like that's insulation on J.K. Dobbins.
Yes.
Because when Dobbins got hurt, the running game was not as effective. Good thing is the schedule was brutally terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I actually think there's going to be a weird flip to the mean on Denver. I get this stat thrown at me a lot that Bo Nix threw for the 8th most yards in the NFL.
Okay.
Do you want me to dispel how stupid that is in 2 sentences or less? Because I can 100% do it. How many quarterbacks in the NFL last year played 17 games?
I don't know.
It was 11.
Okay.
One of those was Cam Ward, who was not particularly good.
Mm-hmm.
One of those was Baker Mayfield, who was hurt for a slew of games.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. If we're looking at yards per game, do you know where Bo Nix was in yards per game?
14th.
He was behind Caleb Williams, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Sam Darnold, Daniel Jones, Jacoby Brissett, Brock Purdy, Carson Wentz, Patrick Mahomes, Drake May, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford. You can make the stats say whatever you want to.
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix is largely a game manager quarterback, but you added Jaylen Waddle, which I like. You added Jonah Coleman, which I like. You added Justin Jolie, which I like. I think Jaylen Waddle will allow Marvin Mims to be more of what he is, which is a deep threat. I think the offense on the whole of the Denver Broncos is substantially better than it was last year. I just don't think the defense is as good.
Okay.
So I think there is a possibility in some of these games that you see Bo Nix get into some more shootouts. I think you could see a shootout between Bo Nix and Patrick Mahomes. You could see a shootout between Justin Herbert and Bo Nix. You could see one with Josh Allen and Bo Nix. Trevor Lawrence, Drake May. The question is, can he win those? And I feel like this is the year you're going to get the answer on Bo Nix of what exactly it is that he is. Because now he has all the pieces. Jaylen Waddle is a legit number one in this league, fact or fiction.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton's a legit 2.
Oh, yeah.
Troy Franklin's a legit 3.
Yeah.
Marvin Mims is one of the best 4s in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Pat Bryant's one of the best 5s in the league.
Sure.
And you've got a handful of tight ends that can be move pieces between Jolie and Ingram. And you've got a 4-deep running back room.
And I got Sean Payton.
And I've got Sean Payton calling the plays. You've got all the pieces.
Mm-hmm.
If Denver does not succeed offensively, there's really only one place to look. Unless injuries befall you.
Right. Bo Nix.
It'd be Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how you feel like that's going to go, I have my own opinions. I think he will lose shootouts to good quarterbacks.
I would agree with that.
And everybody wants to tell me, but he beat Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. And Josh Allen turned the ball over 5 times. And you still had to go to overtime to win that game.
Mm-hmm. They averaged 23 points a game. 23 points a game.
Yep. And when you have the second best defense in the NFL, that works.
Yeah, that's not good. Averaging 23 points a game put them, about middle of the league. But you did have a lot of those games that were like, what was it, 10-7 against the Raiders. It's games like that give me no confidence. Okay, so maybe in a close game against a bad team, sure, I'll give you confidence that you might be able to pull that game out in the end. But that does nothing for me when I look at your schedule moving forward and go, so now you're not getting all those layup games? I feel like that could be a problem. That's why I say guaranteed there's a step back a-coming. The question is, are you going to just take one step back, or are you going to leap off of that building and end up being 8-9
If you go strength of schedule based on 2026 Vegas forecasted win totals, Denver plays the 11th toughest schedule in the league. This is going to tell you a lot. And I'm curious to see where this goes. I'm curious to see how Jaylen Waddle changes the offense. I mean, because you're going to see what a legit number one wide receiver in this offense is going to look like. Last year, Cortland Sutton passed 1,000 yards by about the width of this room.
Mm-hmm.
He had 1,017 yards.
Okay.
Who was the second leading receiver on this team?
I don't know.
Troy Franklin.
Really?
709 yards. Evan Ingram was 3 at 461.
That's actually more than I thought.
Bryant was 4. at 378. R.J. Harvey was 5. There's not a diverse group of assets. No. Pushing everybody down one spot, this should be a 4,300 passing yard team. They ran for over 2,000 yards. R.J. Harvey still scares me. He was just so ineffective the vast majority of the time. He had a couple big runs. Mm-hmm. I mean, if I remember correctly, I think R.J. Harvey had a 50-yarder and 2 40-yarders and still barely had over 500 yards. That's a really ineffective running back.
Mm-hmm.
Having Dobbins back will help. Adding Jonah Coleman to the mix helps. I like the offense better, but now we're to that point of I don't love any of what we're going to say in the next segment. We end all of these the same way. We look at the schedule. How do you want to start? Mm-hmm. What do you want to avoid? Mm-hmm. And Denver's the first team that we've come to. With Carolina, I don't really care. Let's just give me one of the teams that's not going to start hot. Let me get a win early. I'm not sure there's a great answer to how Denver starts.
You are in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, and it's also, right now, your chance to win a family 4-pack of tickets to AEW Dynamite next Wednesday night at the Harrah's Cherokee Center, Asheville. It will the card will feature some of our very own Asheville resident, rated R superstar, Adam Copeland, who we talked to in the first hour of the program. Check that out on the YouTube after also the podcast as well. And Dax and Cash, FTR, the AEW Tag Team Champions, who will be joining us in studio on Tuesday. But call right now, 225-4988, 225-4988. Got a family 4-pack of tickets going out for AEW Dynamite next week. We'll be right back.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
No complaints here for a Friday. Not only is it Friday, but the weather is great. Saturday looks good. Mother's Day, not bad. I'd give it a B, maybe a B+. Today an A, tomorrow an A. Low 70s today, upper 70s tomorrow, mostly sunny. Might see some clouds at times. And then by Sunday, maybe an isolated late storm. So most of Sunday, actually not bad, 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Only pay for what you need. Why pay full price when you can customize and save? Switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. For more info, visit libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
That red talkback mic on the free iHeart app, it's more powerful than it looks. One tap can get you in the conversation.
You guys, are you serious?
Enter to win something amazing.
That $1,000.
Or just a request.
What up?
Try it now. Just open the free iHeart Radio app.
Selling your home? Don't settle for average. Our real estate team at Clarissa Sells WNC and eXp Realty offers Zillow Showcase, an exclusive AI-powered listing experience available to just the top 10% of all listings in our area. With immersive media, cutting-edge design, and elevated marketing, Showcase listings, they go pending quicker and sell for up to $9,000 more than standard listings. Ready to stand out in a crowded market? Give our team a call today, 828-774-6343, because your home deserves the spotlight.
Sure, you know Appalachian Motor Coach is the official shuttle sponsor of the Living the Dream Tailgate Tour. But did you know that they can get you anywhere in style? Weddings, bachelorette parties, corporate gatherings, family reunions, Appalachian Motor Coach makes the ride part of the fun. Luxury seating, climate control, and none of the stress of parking or driving. Appalachian Motor Coach gets you there relaxed, on time, and ready for the party. For more information, visit them at AppalachianMotorCoach.com. Appalachian Motor Coach, the best memories start on the ride.
This is ESPN Asheville, Asheville's #1 sports station.
Coming up the middle on a blitz, he throws to the end zone, touchdown!
Beer City's Tar Heel Station.
Off the back, Wilson comes soaring
to dunk it home.
Home of the Sportsocracy.
He said, Kyle Shanahan asked, why isn't tic-tac-toe named Hugs and Kisses? That's all Tech's going to call it.
Live from the Ingalls studio, weekdays at noon, ESPN Asheville.
Welcome back into the Sportsocracy. It is a Two-a-Days Friday. We continue to cover each and every team in the NFL, full off-season reviews and previews of the 2026 NFL schedule, which will come out next Thursday. Announcement made earlier today, so we get to do all the fun prognosticating things.
And Denver in the offseason, yeah, here's a review of what they did. Thank God you went and got Jaylen Waddle because you didn't do squat else.
Well, come on, man. When you're 14-3, you don't really have that many moves to make, do you? We got all this sewed up. Do you, though?
Yeah, now we get into, let's talk about what your schedule looks like this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask a quarterback, and there's really nothing that I get more tired of than the Bo Nix thing. I'm just going to ask you the quarterback name. You tell me if you would take Bo Nix or the name that I say. I think many of these are not debatable.
Okay.
Justin Herbert.
Yep, Herbert.
Pat Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Josh Allen.
Allen.
Matthew Stafford.
Stafford.
Sam Darnold.
Darnold.
Trevor Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Drake May.
May.
Brock Purdy.
That's closer.
I'd still take
Brock I think it's Purdy. Still Brock.
Do you realize how many now we'll get into the ones that are a little more debatable. Fernando Mendoza.
I'll take Bo. I'm not taking a rookie over practically anybody. I ain't seen you even play.
Yeah, I don't agree with what you just – you went way too far there. We've had a lot of rookies that were really good. C.J. Stroud was a top 10 quarterback in the league in his rookie
season. Is Fernando Mendoza C.J. Stroud, or is he no doubt
C.J. Stroud wasn't no doubt. I didn't like C.J. Stroud,
I know
mainly for what he's done the last 2 years.
I know
it's manifested itself. I'm just You said I wouldn't take a rookie over practically anybody, and I think that's
okay. Excuse me. A rookie like Fernando Mendoza, how about that? Who I don't know that he's ready to play in the league. He's probably as ready as many.
I would say he's more ready.
I don't know he's going to be good.
He's more ready to play in the league than Cam Ward was with less of a ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a very fair way to explain Fernando.
Cam Ward's a good one. I wouldn't have taken him over Bo Nix either. If he were coming out
last year, I probably would this year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the talent's just. It's obvious. All right, so you don't take Mendoza. I don't even need to worry with asking you Malik Willis.
No.
I don't need to worry asking you Geno Smith.
Mm-mm.
Jacoby Brissett.
Mm-mm.
The only two that might be debatable would be Aaron Rodgers. That would be a no for me as well.
No.
And Bryce Young.
I think I'll take Bryce.
Over Bo Nix.
That
is one where we disagree. I would have taken Bo Nix over Bryce Young.
Mm-hmm.
So that means in the entire schedule, there are 4 games on the road where you have the no doubt better quarterback. We universally agreed. I have 5, Tank has 4. At home, you have 2. You play 6 games at home where you are no doubt at a quarterback deficiency.
Yes.
That's a problem. If you had to pick of the teams that Denver plays in 2026, how would you start the schedule?
Well, again, I want to see momentum. Mm-hmm. Give me Miami.
And there's a good chance that's what it is.
Yeah. Give me Las Vegas. Hand me Las Vegas. Let me eat up that rookie in the first day or the first time out.
I cannot imagine the NFL putting Fernando Mendoza against Bo Nix.
Mm-hmm.
In a class that has no other quarterbacks, so he's getting all the rookie eyes. I cannot imagine they put the Raiders up against him. Maybe in week 2. But I think even that is unlikely.
Yep. Jets. Give me the Jets.
That one's not bad. I still don't think it's the one that I would want.
What do you want? The Cardinals?
Probably. I want as indescriptive a game as I can possibly get. Because the Cardinals was the one that I was sitting here staring at going, if in my perfect world, if I'm Sean Payton, not knowing how this is going to go, give me Miami to start and then Arizona in week 2. Because I know I got to have a home and an away because practically every team plays one at home and one on the road the first 2 weeks. That would be ideal. I can start out 2-0. The problem is that I know what's going to happen from there. And you're going to get Mahomes and Herbert and Allen and Lawrence and Darnold and Purdy and May.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Bronco fans hate me, and I get it. I've always largely thought that they hate me because I'm telling them what they think at the back of their head, and they just don't want to say out loud, which is when you watch Bo Nix, it is painfully obvious when he plays against Pat Mahomes or somebody like that these two are very different.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Ace, he gristled at me saying game manager. Bo Nix is the definition of a game manager.
No doubt.
And if you don't believe me, then let me go down your schedule last year. You went 14-3. Bo Nix, this was in wins. Threw for 176 yards, 326, 242, 174, 279, 247, 173, 150, 295, 321, 212, 302, 182, and 141. You do not see many quarterbacks in the NFL throw for sub-200 yards and win NFL football games, and Bo Nix did it 7 times last year.
Mm-hmm.
That is the definition of a game manager. It just is.
Yep.
Now, a game manager can go all the way to win an MVP. Rich Gannon did it. Rich Gannon had 1 year where he was way more a gunslinger than he had ever been before, and he threw for a bajillion yards and a ton of touchdowns.
Yep.
And that team went to a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Then what happened?
They got killed.
They met an elite defense and got squished.
Yep.
And I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know why I formed this attachment in my head, but there is a Bo Nix, Rich Gannon attachment in my head. Of that's what I see. I can see this kid having a really high-end year. The problem is I said the quarterbacks. Now let's look at the defenses. All right, you and I talked about this the other day. I can't remember which team it was with now. Of who we thought were going to be the best defenses in the NFL. When I say one here that you don't think is going to be in the top 15, feel free to stop me. The Chargers, who you play twice. The Kansas City Chiefs that you play twice. The Buffalo Bills, the LA Rams, the Seattle Seahawks, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the New England Patriots, the San Francisco 49ers, the Carolina Panthers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Do you think any team I just said is not in the top 15 of defenses in this league?
No.
That's 12 of your 17 games.
Mm-hmm.
You play 2 with the Raiders, who will be an improved defense. Still not good, but improved. You play 1 with the Jets. You play 1 with the Cardinals. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. And 1 with the Dolphins. That's it. That's the only non-high-end defenses you play. Denver, if you're going to get your wish, if you want me to shut up about Bo Nix, the world is your oyster because he can super prove me wrong over the course of the 5 months of this NFL season. I don't think he's going to. I don't, because I go back to how he looked in the playoffs. Oh, but we won 2 games. Mm-hmm. You're right. Oh, you won a game in overtime against Buffalo, in which Bo Nix, I would argue, was not in the top 5 of reasons you won that game.
Mm-hmm. Well, Josh Allen turning the ball over, how many times was it?
I think he had 4 picks and
a fumble.
Or no, Allen had 2 picks and a bunch of fumbles.
Yeah.
He fumbled 3 times, lost 2. James Cook lost 1 too.
There you go.
They fumbled 5 times in that game.
Mm-hmm. Anomalies, right? We talked about things coming back to the mean. Could you be in that many one-score games again? Yes. Can you go 11-2 in
No.
one-score games again?
No.
Not with this schedule.
No.
Last year you did that playing a whole bunch of Raiders. Browns and Jets and all the teams that we named earlier. You don't get that this year. I look at this schedule and I'm thinking, I would probably, as somebody who doesn't wager much money on football, I would probably wager against the Denver Broncos at least 9 times next year. I feel like that should probably tell you everything you need to know of how close this can be to being just an abject disaster. Because if you have major injuries throughout the year, you can hang that up. It's not happening again.
Mike Clay did a projection, 2026 projection on ESPN. He has the Broncos 6th in the NFL with 10.9 projected wins. I'll take the under. I'll win at 10-7. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that. And if we're being really honest, and Tank, you correct me if I'm wrong here, I've had a real good track record of predicting these teams that fall off the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just, I always gristle when people say I have some kind of vendetta because I don't care. I want you to be interesting. I want you to be a topic people want to talk about. I want people to have an opinion on it. I don't see that with the Denver Broncos anywhere. Literally, the only thing about this team that's interesting to me is their quarterback because I cannot figure out what it is that people see in him from the time he was a prospect to now. He's a smart kid that's played a lot of football.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's coming off an injury that somehow throughout this entire thing we have not mentioned until right now, which is – and the schedule is evil. And I'm looking at Mike Clay's projections right now. He's got him throwing 3,800 yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions.
That's almost exactly what he did last year.
Mm-hmm. It's a fantasy projection, so you're not getting too spicy here.
Yeah.
That was that side of it. Then he goes wins and losses as well. If that's the way this goes, this team's not going 14-3. They're not going 13-4. You'll be lucky to make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just looking at the AFC right now. Is Buffalo better right now than they were a year ago?
Yeah.
I would say yes.
I'd say yeah.
New England stayed practically the same.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati, I believe, will be better.
Mm-hmm.
Just solely because now the defense is formidable. Baltimore's healthy without a Harbaugh coaching them. It's an improvement for them.
Yep.
I think Pittsburgh is better from a talent perspective if they get Aaron Rodgers back. I think Houston is better. They added a nice plugger in the middle of that defense with Caden McDonald.
Mm-hmm.
The Raiders, Jets, Titans, all those teams are better. I don't think it really matters. But you get into the playoff race, there are 2 teams in every division that can make the playoffs. Buffalo and New England, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Houston, Jacksonville, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos. There are 10 legit potential playoff teams in the AFC. When you match the Denver Broncos up head-to-head against the other 9, do you like them against any of them?
No.
That's the problem. And when you watch them on film, you don't see where anybody wins consistently. Bonito does. Surtain does. I think Jaylen Waddle will. If for nothing else, because he's so much better than Cortland Sutton. There's just not – I don't ever see teams that I look at and go, this is the 6th best team in the NFL, and the 5th best player on the roster is Zach Allen or Jonathan Cooper.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not the same. If you go down Baltimore, I've got all pros. Cincinnati, I've got all pros. Buffalo, I've got all pros. But if Denver wants to shut me up, you have every ability to do it. Because if you manage to go through this schedule 11-6, either Bo Nix is the luckiest quarterback in the history of the NFL, or he's better than I think, and the defense held up better than I thought it would.
Mm-hmm. Or maybe it's just a better coached team, right? Because that's what it ended up being.
It's a well-coached team.
Most of the time last year, that's what it ended up being.
Well, I mean, if you look at NFL head coaches' records in one-loss games, Which
games.
That could be a say it again.
1-score games. Yeah, you said 1-loss.
Oh,
games.
my bad.
Yeah,
in 1-score games.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, this could be a fun thing to do at some point next week. Just look at every sitting NFL head coach that has more than a year of experience as a head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Just look at their win-loss record in 1-score games. I have a feeling that if you go down that rabbit hole, it's going to explain a lot.
Mm-hmm. It's a good, not great team. And a good, not great team can very well end up 10-7, and you got a playoff spot, and you're at least you at least got a shot. You got something to grow on for next year. It's not an elite team.
No.
And it's definitely not an elite schedule.
The schedule's awful.
Mm-hmm. Schedule comes out next Thursday. But I don't think I really care all that much. The order of the games.
Oh,
but it will matter. But it will matter. Because if I can get some of those tougher games at home late in the year, I think that leans out better. Coming up next week here in the Sportsocracy, we will, of course, have Dax and Cash on Tuesday to preview the AEW Dynamite show next Wednesday at the Harris Cherokee Center, Asheville. We'll also continue our Two-A-Days. I guess we'll keep throwing them out on social media and see where the crowd takes us for what teams are next in the Two-A-Days. So look for that over the weekend. We'll throw that out on social media so you can weigh in on which teams you want to see next up on Two-A-Days.
We'll also have our since we have Dax and Cash on Tuesday, we'll do a Power Rankings Monday.
Okay.
Power ranking quarterbacks in the NFL. We do this every year. It's an annual tradition.
Mm-hmm.
I looked back at our rankings from last year. I think you're going to see some wild differences. I'm going to put the graphic out at some point over the weekend. What's changed in 1 year?
Mm-hmm.
And I think what people are going to figure out is that I mean, and I hate to tie it into the team we were just talking about, that Bo Nix tier is gigantic. The quarterbacks that you no doubt believe in are very few and far between.
Mm-hmm. Next Thursday is the schedule release. The NFL going to let us know exactly what all's going to go down and when in the upcoming season, and we'll have live coverage of that on the YouTube as well as a pretty good recap on Friday of next week. And latest news out of the league today: we won't have replacement refs, which I mean is a good thing. But a new 7-year CBA has been agreed to between the league and the referees. Are we expanding replay? Are we expanding Sky Judge and all of those things? I haven't had a chance to look into it. I don't know what exact details are out about it. Current CBA expiring on May the 31st, and that'll be another thing that we can get into on Monday.
Hey, we can also talk about the NCAA is trying to get 5 and 7 teams into bowl games, or and hear me out, maybe have less bowl games.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go college football playoff, Pop-Tart, maybe 4 more. Call it good.
Unfortunately, for the NCAA, content is king. And we're just going to keep throwing that content out there and be damned to what it does to water down the product. Because why not? Let's have 78 bowl games. And we'll have 76 teams in the NCAA basketball tournaments. That's already been decided. It's all about the content.
Hey, you also have the NBA draft lottery this weekend.
That's true. The Charlotte Hornets have a 0.5% chance to land the number 1 pick in the draft. Watch it be the year.
I was about to say, wouldn't that be the most ironic thing ever? The teams literally never had more momentum than they have right now, and they wind up with number 1.
Right.
And the chance to take A.J. DeBasanta or DeBonsa,
whatever,
or Boozer or whoever else they want. That would be the funniest storyline that no one talks about. The Hornets have had the best chance to win the lottery 6 times.
That sounds about right.
They won it once.
Mm-hmm.
And that was Emeka Okafor. I about said Emeka Ibuka. I spent so much time yelling at Tank about him yesterday that now I hear Emeka and just immediately go, Ibuka!
Is that your new Shabuzi? Ibuka! Yeah, draft lottery this weekend. It's on Sunday. Also in Hornets news, for those that care, Charles Lee got a contract extension, which, I mean, I think a 25-win improvement year over year, you deserve a little bit more credit for that. I made fun of Charles Lee before this year, and I'm pretty sure most of the rest of us did as well. Oh, good. Here we go again. Now, you didn't make the tournament, right? You didn't make the playoffs. You got into the play-in tournament, lose, which is why you have the least chance out of anybody in the lottery to pick up the number 1 pick in the draft. Things are looking up for the Charlotte Hornets.
Saints and Bengals. Those are our 2 teams.
We've already decided. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, right. We have kind of housed the Ravens for quite some time. So we picked the Ravens for Stephen Towle, and then he just chucked out, do the Saints and the Bengals. Go ahead and get them out of the way. Done. That'll be love when a plan comes together.
Yeah. So we'll do that on Monday along with the quarterback power rankings. A power rankings Monday.
Yes.
All right.
With me from Greenville, South Carolina.
Nice. Everybody be safe, and we will see you on Monday.
ESPN Asheville, your mountain weather forecast.
No complaints here for a Friday. Not only is it Friday, but the weather is great. Saturday looks good. Mother's Day, not bad. I'd give it a B, maybe a B+. Today an A, tomorrow an A. Low 70s today, upper 70s tomorrow, mostly sunny. Might see some clouds at times. And then by Sunday, maybe an isolated late storm. So most of Sunday, actually not bad, 80. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Ray Stagik.
This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This is Small Business Month. Hey, it's Tank Spencer, and all this month, ESPN Asheville is celebrating the small businesses that keep our community strong. With the help of Air Vent Exteriors, we're giving all local shops a chance to get in front of more customers. This month, nominate a small business that makes a difference in Western North Carolina. And if that business is chosen, they win a $100 Amazon gift card and a $2,500 ad campaign on our iHeartRadio Asheville stations. Nominations are open. Just go to ESPNAVL.com.
Western North Carolina is full of vibrant communities supported by many local businesses. Air Vent Exteriors, located in Arden, is proud to strengthen our local community by supporting other local businesses, providing employment opportunities, and giving time and money to local charities. And we know of many other local businesses that help boost this beautiful area that we work, play, and live in. Air Vent Exteriors encourages you to support the companies in your backyard and to visit airventexteriors.com.
The iHeartRadio app now has presets, just like in the car. You're our number 1. Make us yours. ESPN Asheville, the mountain's favorite sports station, streaming 24/7. Your home for the Sportsocracy. Weekdays at noon. The Tar Heels and Atlanta Braves baseball.
This is J.W. Whitley, General Manager at Parks Ford of Hendersonville. Our value of urgency, timely, responsive, focused, prioritizing you as our customer and the community that we serve to do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com.
Dan Scott here, inviting you to check out my new show every Sunday, 8 to 9 a.m. here on ESPN Asheville, where we bring sports and faith together. The Dan Scott Show, 8 a.m. Sundays on ESPN Asheville.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when.
Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Clarissa sells WNC as the #1 team in Buncombe County. We have the customer service experience to assist you in achieving your real estate goals. Our team offers something that 90% of listings in our market won't have: Zillow Showcase. Check us out at clarissasellswnc.com.
Do better, be better every day. That's the Parks Promise. Our mission, to improve lives with every interaction. This is JW, General Manager at Parks Ford Hendersonville. Experience the Parks Promise today at parksfordhendersonville.com. That's parksfordhendersonville.com.
News Radio 570 WWNC. Now on FM.
Isn't it great?
Ooh, that's how it always starts. But then later there's running and screaming.
92.9 FM.
Good morning, guys. I just want to warn you, traffic is tough out there.
We are here for you to tell you how to keep safe.
Everybody who is listening needs to take cover as soon as they can.
To provide the music, talk, and sports you love. And to deliver the news that matters to you. We are the voices you can trust. We are live and local. We are America's broadcasters. Text radio to 52886 and tell Congress you depend on your local radio stations.
Message and data rates may apply. You may receive up to 4 messages a month, and you may text STOP to STOP.
This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Speed on the bases, power at the plate, Gold Glove defense across the diamond. The Stars of Atlanta are ready to take the field.
Michael Harris going to sprint back, and he somehow makes the catch, Willie Mays style, and goes into the